Just a bloke in a bar.
Can we test the mics, please?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I did feel like my voice wasn't as deep as it usually is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you turn up the bass in my voice?
I don't think your voice is that deep.
No, it's not. But I'm only comparing it to my voice of voices past, right? So, like, it didn't feel as deep as I know my voice.
I don't see you as a deep voice kind of guy.
No, neither do I.
Sounded like that, though.
No, I'm saying that if I was talking like this, I'd be like, well, my voice doesn't feel
That was
as deep.
closer to your original voice than what you did.
But it wasn't as deep.
But that was closer
that's my point.
to then you being close to a deep voice.
But it wasn't as deep, which is my point.
Okay.
Did your voice ever break?
No. Didn't.
Yeah.
Which was like, I was hard to break. Like, Dad was sort of took it the worst, I think. He didn't. He was like, he'd pretend like it broke, and I knew he knew it hadn't broken, but he'd just try and say that it did to be nice.
Have you had testy blowouts yet or not?
Testy blowouts?
Yeah.
Do you mean
Pops.
testy pops?
They're called
Do you call them blow-ups?
Yeah, blowouts.
Testy pop is
testy
more in
pop.
line with what happens.
Yeah.
Because when you have a testy pop, it's not a blowout. It's like a ooh, pop. It's like a ooh. It's like a snap, crackle, pop.
Snap, crackle, pop. They should have done that on the ad. Snap, crackle, pop.
Pop. Testy pop.
I had a testy pop once giving a speech in year 12.
Oh my God, did you?
Yeah, in front of the dude assembly, like in front of the whole.
It's almost
fucking-
like, it's like a movie skit.
Yeah.
So I would have been there.
Yeah, you would have been there. I was a prefect, sorry, and I was like given like random roles.
Sorry. Yeah, you should be sorry, you
Yeah,
nerd.
really sorry.
Nerd.
Geek.
Sorry.
Loser.
Nerd.
Prefects are the losers of the world.
I know.
They think they're going to go be successful, but they actually continue to live in their glory
Dude,
days.
do you
That's
know
cool.
that we could give detentions, which I never did because I was like, this
That
isn't
is
a power-
outrageous.
This is like a power that I don't need.
You never gave one?
Fuck no, dude. I'm not giving it a detention. Like, what for? Like, we tuck your shirt in?
Well,
Like,
maybe
you
not.
know?
What if his shirt was out?
No. But anyway, I had to give, so you were like assigned like a role, much like in government. I was the student representative council leader.
You are such a loser.
And what does that mean? You had to like?
I did nothing. But I think it was more like, it was like, I think the hope that they had in me for the role, misplaced as it was.
You know what
was
you
the
would have been?
unifying of the prefect and the student?
No, it was like, let's get fucking recycling bins in classrooms and shit like that. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
That
Yeah,
sounds like
hang on
a
a sec.
big job.
Yeah, huge job.
Beyond you.
Way beyond, far beyond me.
Yeah, hang on a sec. I feel like you're pretending to be too cool for the role when you chose to do the role.
I didn't choose to do anything.
You can, so hang on a sec. So they forced it upon you to be a student prefect.
No, I'm going to take it if they offer you a prefect. If you turn that down, why the
But
fuck
now
would you
you're
turn that
pretending to be too cool for the role.
I don't think.
Why
I don't
would you
remember you
turn
have. I
down-
think they just give it. They,
Yeah, they
I don't
just give
think
you
there's
the-
like.
So you can't say, nah, I don't want to do that.
You could say
You could
no.
say no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why would you say no?
Because you're pretending to be too cool for it right now.
I'm not for the fucking prefect
embrace it,
role.
bro.
I'll take the prefect role in a heartbeat, but I'm like your quintessential like government official. Like, give me the title and then I'll do nothing.
I remember in school, they tried to push me up to the advanced class, and I was like, nah, I'm sweet. I'm all good, thank you. Like advanced English, advanced maths, I was like.
Didn't take it.
So there's like maths A, maths
And then
B,
dropped
maths C.
out.
Pardon?
And then you dropped out.
Then I dropped out. And look where I've ended up.
Mate.
Whereas like you,
Struggling to read.
fucking hell, prefect everything, then pretending to be too cool for the audience when back in the
Too
day you
cool?
were like, yes, please give me it.
No, you don't
You know what
ask
you
for
were?
it.
An L7 weenie. Remember that shit? L7 weenie. The old.
Lost me.
You don't know what an L7 weenie is?
No.
Really? Does it, that's what the
Is it a
generation.
coasty thing?
Well, yeah, it is.
apologies.
He's probably going to try cut
I'm
this
pretty
out
sure it
as
was a
well.
movie.
Oi, we've got to edit it now.
No, I'm pretty sure it was a movie.
An L7 weenie.
I was about to go. I was about to go down the route of like how each generation's like insults become cringe.
He's
But
trying to explain the joke now, and this is where it gets tough for everyone.
what's there no internet? What's Adam doing here?
Oh, this is making it worse. He's
Are
trying.
you trying to Google L7 weenie? I don't think
No,
it's
no,
gonna come
I'm trying
up.
to Google what movie it was out of.
Oh, this one went. This is the way I hoped this one went. It was coming at me, and then L7 weenie fucked it for you.
There we go. L7 weenie meaning.
Oh my god.
The Sandlot kids, that's what it was.
Yeah, sorry.
There we go.
mate.
A term made popular
Yeah.
by the movie The Sandlot refers to someone who is being lame or uncool. Josh
And
is
the
such an
irony there is
L7
that
weenie.
just even using the term. Made
Well, it
you
was said.
lame
It
and
was said
uncool.
ironically.
Oh, was it?
As a prefect, I thought you'd have the intelligence to know that.
Correct.
But it is funny how like different like humor for different generations. Like older generations, like 1950s or whatever, like just dancing around like, ho, ho, ho. That's like real funny to their generation.
Yeah, well, there are some comedians whose humour holds up, and then there are ones where this is controversial. I don't find. First time I saw Eddie
Seinfeld?
Murphy Raw.
Oh, okay.
No, first time I saw Eddie Murphy
Seinfeld
Raw.
holds up.
Seinfeld holds up. First time I
thought you
saw
were
Eddie
saying
Murphy Raw, I thought it was fucking hilarious. And then now I see it. Obviously, there's some like shit that just socially you can't say anymore, but just generally I see it now. I'm like, I don't actually find that funny anymore. But at the time, it was fucking hilarious.
it was the peak of comedy. literally.
The best.
Rove Live.
Rove Live.
I
Say
didn't
hi
watch
to your mum
Rove
for
Live.
me.
I didn't watch
Rove Live, like, he was the king of the world.
Really?
You wouldn't be able to sit through a show now.
What channel was he on?
Channel
10.
Yeah, I didn't have normal TV growing up because we didn't have the reception, and our neighbours' trees were so tall they blocked the reception, so we just had to like cop no fucking TV.
You couldn't have TV?
Yeah, we had no reception. I think
On the coast?
we could only get ABC. Well, I'm in the country, that's why. But
What, even if you put a coat hanger around the back?
no, seriously, like we had no reception. It was because
Damn.
the trees were next door were so fucking big, but it wasn't as simple as like, you cut your trees down because they were massive trees.
No, yeah, you
So-
can't. It'd be like a hard sell to just cut
Very
these
hard
lovely
sell.
trees down.
So
for
yeah,
a
we
bit of
barely.
TV.
I think we only had ABC. I think,
Which is
like
tough. But at
very
least you got
tough.
ABC Kids. But then once you go out of that,
Then Foxtel came, and we couldn't afford it at first, and then we finally scrounged enough money to be able to get Foxtel.
so you missed the
So
Rove
you
Live
had
days.
one channel like your entire
But not the entire, like early on.
When you
early
go
on,
to
then
school, when you
Foxtel.
went to school, like, did you miss out on heaps of shit when they're like talking about Rove? Say hi to you, what the? Which
I
was
don't recall
hilarious
talking about
at the
much
time.
like TV at school. I don't recall much about.
So you didn't
school
watch
at all.
any cheese TV?
No, eventually we did. Eventually, but
So
early
how
on.
long did you live without TV for? 'Cause I'm just trying to work out. Yeah, like-
I don't know. Maybe till I was like 8 or 9. Maybe, as in we only had one channel.
Yeah, right.
okay. So you would have got some Rove into you then, or at least you would have had the opportunity.
I don't think we ever went back to normal. Like
Oh,
we
so
never
you
had
never got
normal.
free to air. You always had
So when
Foxtel.
we got Foxtel, we had. Foxtel.
Oh, you might. That was it.
But
We
by
didn't have
that
Foxtel
stage,
for, like,
but by that
basically my
stage,
whole
I
upbringing.
had already like created habits that weren't around TV. You know what I mean? I didn't really watch much TV.
Oh, like really like healthy.
Healthy.
No,
Yeah,
I just video gamed like
Oh,
too much.
okay,
Right.
Too much.
Pounded video.
There was one
games,
time
yeah.
I was pounding a video game so hard, and it like
What was your poison back then?
back then it was a game called Ultima Online, and I was pounding it so hard. This is the only time this has ever happened in my life, where I was literally looking at the screen. So I was, playing video games in the afternoon. It might have been like a Friday afternoon, and then I swear to God, the door opened, and it's my dad. I turn around, the sun's up, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" It's the next day.
Oh, you gamed all night.
I gamed, but I didn't know that it was happening. It's the only time that I was like so fucking focused. And he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was rattled, so I was like, "Oh no, I just woke up early to play." But really, I'd been fucking pounding that game.
And
all
then
night.
did you have to like go to school that day, or
No,
was
it's
it one
Friday
where?
to Saturday.
Oh, thank Christ!
Yeah.
That'd be a nightmare.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
That's
mate, it was bizarre.
that's what happens when you don't have Rove Live, though. I guess, right? You don't
Yeah.
get to see what the like. You just have all you can do is game.
What is Rove doing now?
I think he's got a production company.
Well, he owns like 7 p.m. Project, all that sort of shit. So he's good, but he keeps trying to come back to TV, and everyone's like, bro.
Then he had a stint on radio, and it was like,
No, he misses it, but it's like the people.
the world's
are missing
past.
Rove.
Yeah, that's right.
Rove's sense of humour is, as we were saying, it's no longer relevant. No disrespect.
Maybe he needs to like get on TikTok and like become
That's
cool
exactly.
again.
You know what? He's probably on there. I wouldn't be surprised.
I
if
would be
Rove's on
shocked.
TikTok.
The good old TikTok.
But it's a lesson.
It
Don't
is a
hang
lesson.
around for too long.
No.
No,
Have an exit
Hey, we're
plan.
just letting you guys know that we're not going to be getting absolutely pizzled by the next generation.
Mate,
Like,
no.
someone will clip that up, and then in like 30 years,
Yeah.
and we're still
Yeah,
trying
we're
to do
still
it. We're
doing
like
it,
a
like
third,
you
back to
fucking-
30 listeners. And like,
Yeah.
We're like, please buy our merch. We're like 100 years old. And it's all boomer, well, not even boomer jokes by then. It'd be
Whatever the
funny.
relevant.
Well, L7 weenie. We'll have
Yeah.
shirts say L7 weenie. That's how
L7
pathetic
weenie.
that's how low we would have stooped.
actually, no, that is probably a good idea.
No, that's yeah, exactly.
It's said ironically.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
We have an absolutely gigantic announcement that I think excites us all. It excites us all because it's the first. Well, it's the first for Bloke. I know you guys have done something before, but it's
We're
the first
veterans.
for us. It's the first for us. The announcement is next Thursday, 6:30 at the Dee Why Hotel. 6:30. Bloke will be doing its first ever live event. The Dirty Merger podcast will be doing its first ever live event. It is first in, first served. It's basically it's the podcast, but it's live. So come down. It's going to be free, so you can come down. As I said, it's not going to be ticketed. You're not going to have to pay for any of the tickets. We'll have some merch there if you want to buy some merch. We'll have these beautiful shirts you see here. Well, beautiful depends on beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Manly 13 plus.
We'll have some bloke merch there.
We're obviously like 100 metres up the road from Brookvale, so
Manly v Panthers.
we'll be in Manly territory.
I am
Balls
the
deep in it.
man that I am, the kind of man, the stuff that I'm made of. I'm walking straight into enemy territory for my first live show. That's what you call small penis, big ball energy.
I think it's also just smart business though. Like you know
You're a
where
businessman.
you know the needle moves.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know the needle moves when the Manly boys are in town.
Okay. So
How can the needle not move in these bad
The
boys?
needle's gonna
Manly
move,
13 plus.
bruh. Manly 13 plus. That's a famous saying.
needle
Nothing
moving.
else.
That's we should delve deeper into that because that is interesting. That has caught on because like what needles move now and why is it called a needle? Anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah, that's an important question.
So 6:30 next Thursday, Manly versus Panthers. Come on down. There's plenty of room for everyone. We want to make it a huge day. It's the first ever Dirty Merger podcast live event, first ever Bloke live event. It's going to be a great night. So come listen to us talk nonsense, but also come shake our hand, say hi, all that great stuff. I'm extremely excited. And as I said, it is not ticketed. We wanted to make it free so that everyone could come. So it is first in, best dressed.
yes, that's what they say.
That's what they say.
Next Monday, 7 p.m. That's the 7th, New South Wales time, 6 p.m. Queensland time. We have footy cliche merch dropping, limited amount. So once they're gone, they are gone. And we most likely won't do this cliche again. So each year probably be a new cliche. So we've got Eyes Up Footy, one of the great cliches. We've got Full Credit to the Boys. I mean, that just explains itself, really. We've got This Year is Our Year, one of the great rugby league cliches. And then we've got the different colour of Full Credit to the Boys. And then we have, so that's the back, and then that's the front. Then we've got the one I'm wearing here. We've got new bloke socks, black bloke socks, and new bloke cap. Ready to go next Monday, 7 p.m. New South Wales time. Get in. You must be a member of the Bloke Club. It is for Bloke Club members only. See, I told you guys, if you join the Bloke Club we're going to give you exclusive stuff. So this will not be available to the public. We're going to just make it for Bloke Club members to reward you guys because obviously you guys are what keep the lights on.
You're looking good in that shirt.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. Well, I had a wedding, so I had to train my dick
You've
off.
trimmed up. You've tightened it.
I've tightened it up.
You've tightened the rig.
You can't go into weddings loose,
No. Well, you can.
You can.
But it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
especially when your missus is much better looking than you.
You got to go and toy.
You got to bring something to the table.
Well, you got to bring the best that you can bring.
You got to bring toyness.
Toyness.
You've trimmed but thickened.
That's the best thing to do. Trimming and thicking is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Did you blow out in order to cut? Was that the plan?
Yeah, because like what I wanted to do,
Cultivate mass and then.
Well, it's basically I blew out so that I could cut down to be like, look how much I've improved for you as a person to the missus. It's playing chess. Not
yeah,
checkers.
it's nice.
But just want to reiterate, next week Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Dee Why Hotel, the first ever Bloke Live event with the great Tom and Eddy, Eduardo and Tomo.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Not
Manly
DYRSL, DY
No,
Hotel.
Yeah.
I went to DYRSL accidentally when we were there yesterday.
Oh, is that why you're late?
It's one of the reasons. Also blame the weather. I also blame my children. I have many excuses. But
Children are the get out of jail.
they're a pretty
free
good
card.
excuse. They're a good excuse. But Manly take on the Panthers. Manly beat the Panthers handily.
How many times have you heard the children excuse?
Every fucking podcast.
Many times.
Every podcast. I'm telling
If
you.
I rock up 30 seconds late, where the fuck are you pulling my?
You don't have
well,
kids?
you don't have any kids. What's your
Oh,
fucking
you just said it. Oh, holy fuck.
Yeah.
That is
Mate.
crazy.
Yeah. I'm like,
I'm
mate, the kids are with your grandma.
I'm excited
Yeah.
for you
Oi,
when
bruh.
you have kids. It's a built-in excuse.
Yeah.
Oh my god! You know what? I would love if
I don't give a shit. That's the difference. I don't care if he's late.
I would want video evidence from the kids saying I was the one that caused the lateness.
Yeah,
That's
but I'm
what
not
I'd
putting
demand.
that on. They're too young. You don't want to fuck up
Maybe
their
'cause
lives.
she's
It's
like
called responsibility, bro.
Yeah, but not at this age.
It's
You
like the
gotta-
tutor we were talking about.
Nah,
the tutor of hard truths.
See, I like the tutor. What was the tutor of hard knocks? Whatever the fuck.
Hard truths.
Hard truths. Yeah, the hard
Yeah.
truths tutor. I like that. But when they're this age, you just want life to be good.
Okay.
Can't give them too much shit.
Okay.
My missus is reading a lot of like parenting books and shit, so I gotta like.
really?
You know, How to Raise Girls is one she's reading.
So, or all of your toxic conservative views you can't do anymore.
No, I've got to squash them down.
Okay.
Yeah. squash them down.
Because everyone knows we are all inherently pieces of shit.
Absolutely. So she's reading the book. It's called like How to Raise Girls That Love Themselves. So, you know.
That's sweet.
It's a great, and there's some good shit in there.
So what
some
tactics
things
are you
Daddy
using?
needs to- Well, I just sort of like get ones from her, you know, and she'll just sort of tell me what she's read, or like at the end of each, she's listened to on Audible, and there's like a bunch of like summaries that I am yet to listen to that I will listen to at some point.
Wow.
So is that how you're going to do it? Just go straight to the end of the chapter, straight to the summary of the chapter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's how you do it.
That's eyes up footy.
Well, that's how all the like baby books and shit operate, which I love. It's like, here's the book, and then at the end of each chapter, here's some shit in grey that Dad can read. Because Dad isn't reading the book, we know that.
Oh, there's a dad section.
Well, it's like a grey part where it's like, here are the bits of this that are relevant to you, because we know that it's probably unrealistic that you're going to read it all.
It's like the seat in clothing stores.
Yes.
That's the dad section.
Yeah.
If I walk in and there's no seat in a clothing store,
walk
I
out.
am instantly furious.
Yeah.
It's the first thing I look to.
I almost feel discriminated against.
I'm like, bruh, where the fuck am I going to stand now?
Yeah.
And now I'm like leaning against shit. And then sometimes, you know, in the past, things have flipped over, things have come down.
Yeah, or you've got to start browsing in a fucking lingerie store. It's like, what am I doing here? I look like a freak.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I do? Like, I'll go, I'll browse with Oz for a sec. Then I pick up, look at the price tag. White shirt, $700. I'm like, fuck are we doing in here? Why would you come in here knowing you can't afford anything?
No.
She's telling you
What
something.
a waste of time.
You're going to be
Yeah.
pounding podcasts for the rest of your life. She's
But I'm
telling
also like, $700 for this white t-shirt. That
Yeah.
is fucking outrageous.
I just think about the business that is just like what that would cost to make. and
Mate,
what that-
high-end fashion, the margins must be
outrageous.
biblical.
Yeah. I
Oh,
tell
that
you what I do.
handbag, 30 grand.
I just take wireless headphones now, and I don't mind because I just go, Mrs. is shopping, sweet, put in the AirPods and just watch YouTube.
But you need
But I don't
seat.
like being
You
on
need a
my
seat,
feet.
though. Yeah, you don't want to stand.
Oh,
in
no,
that
no,
situation.
I agree, but I'm just saying, like, that is basically a safety net.
Yes.
You can almost enjoy going shopping because you're just like, it's almost between me and my missus. She does not expect me to follow her around. She understands that as soon as we hit that threshold of the shop, we are now a separate entity.
Yeah, right.
And then as we walk out, we come back together in unity and love.
But so will you, basically, you'll just sit down in the shop and just check out.
I'll sit on the floor.
That's it. As you sit down cross-legged, like
You'll
a
sit on the
child.
floor.
Sit on the floor.
Do you remember when you were a kid and like
In
your mum would
protest.
take you to those clothing stores, like at Kmart or a Target? I used to just be like a kid and you just go and like hide in all the clothes and shit. I'd like to see you sitting cross-legged in and amongst like, you know,
And like as girls are going through it,
yeah, well, no, you're just in there watching video games and
or
shit.
like I look up and you can just see my beak out of the clothes. That's how my missus finds me. She's like, "Where's
Yeah,
the fucking
where is he?
big
Oh,
nose?"
there he is.
There he is
Popping
over
out
there.
of the.
But yeah, headphones are good. That's eyes up.
That's eyes up
essential.
footy. That's eyes up
But you
footy.
need a seat because otherwise gravity takes over.
Eyes up footy.
That's exactly right. Gravity takes over and gravity will have its way with you.
Yeah.
It starts in the feet, moves up through the joints to the lower back.
Lower back. Once it hits the lower back, you're
Once it
fucked.
hits the lower back, you're like, you get on the blow and you go, we've got to get the fuck out of here. Otherwise,
shit
I'm not going to be able
yourself.
to drive us home.
What about when you are trying shit on and it's like, all right, I'm going to go in and try something on. Just wait here and I'll come out and like, you can just tell me what you think of it. And then
the
you
strut.
come out and they're not there and you're like, well, do I have to like walk through the fucking store now in this
Yeah.
outfit? You said you were going to be here and
Yeah.
now you're not here and now I'm like hanging around I'm like looking around like a lost child.
I'm the guy with the shirts with the tags on it walking
You're
through.
walking through and like
Yeah.
this oversized shirt. Is this cool? This like fishnet shirt? You're like, no, it's not. Cool.
And then they're on
Okay,
their
okay.
phone and they're like, yeah. And
That
you're like,
hurts. That hurts.
I need 100% attention.
I need full attention because you know I'm unsure.
Yeah.
And
You know I'm unsure.
I also hate this experience. I need to get in, get the shit, get out. Like I don't
Absolutely.
like to spend a lot of time. And
Yeah.
if you're not here to like give me some honest home truths the second I walk out of there, then what the fuck is the point of me being here?
I mean,
blowout.
to be fair, we are expressing a massive double standard here. We're expecting our partner to follow us around and judge
But
us.
they don't really give a fuck about what we think. Like they do a little bit, but they don't really.
Mate,
Okay.
but I don't, you know, Ella doesn't follow me around all day looking. I'm like,
Okay.
I know where we're going to go, and if it's not there, then we leave.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very simple.
Great
I don't
point.
browse from store to store.
That's a fair point.
Never have, never will.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
And also, I know instantly if I'm in the mood to purchase, to splash cash.
Splash cash.
I know immediately. I walk in, I go, am I feeling it today? No, I'm not.
What's a cash splash for you?
When you start splashing cash.
Yeah, but as in the amount. What can defines a cash splash?
Well, the splash cash for me is when I
it
walk
more
in,
than
then
that?
you look at it and you go, yep, I'm going to get that. And then that snowballs. You know
They
what I
upsell
mean?
you.
No, I was in just like, now I bought that. Now what else do I want?
Yeah, okay.
Bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang.
you almost start getting like a soundtrack to your shopping, and it's like,
yeah. You get in a rhythm. It's like the flow
the
state
vibe.
of shopping.
Okay,
you know what I'm trying to say?
But there's what goes with that also is probably like a bit of your mindset where it's like, oh, this looks good. Like if you go shopping and the first couple of things you try on don't look good on you, that really sets a negative tone.
Yeah.
Whereas if things are just like working, you're like, oh, okay, all right, let's try on these shoes. Ooh, these are all right.
It's like if you've ever been Christmas shopping and you're just in the flow state and you're just nailing everyone. Boom, boom.
Would you consider yourself a good present buyer?
No.
Okay, no.
Not on the whole. I'm okay.
I'm bad.
My
I'm
brother's
bad.
bloody good. He does it all for us.
Yeah.
He looks after a lot of the family members
Okay.
for him. Shout out to
Yeah.
my bra.
We got our dad a TV for Christmas. It is still sitting in my office.
Wow. That's probably the worst present buying I've ever heard in my life because
Yeah,
you
dude.
didn't even give it to him.
Dude, it's
Yeah,
sitting,
what's that about?
Isn't that
What the
ridiculous?
fuck is
I
that
know,
about?
I know. Well, it can't fit in
Hey.
his car, and it can fit in my car, but I've got to take all the baby seats out and just haven't done it.
So he technically didn't get a present for Christmas. You didn't
We've
give
got
it
a TV sitting in a box in my office.
And
So
it's
if
been
anyone,
for
anyone wants
ages.
a TV,
Well, it's been there since Christmas.
Yeah.
anyone wants a
Ages.
TV, message Hello Sport.
Yeah. Well, no, Dad.
They'll
it's
drop it
still-
off.
We're still going to go take it to Dad. But
Okay.
he hasn't got it yet.
If it sits there for another year.
No, I plan to do it this week.
Oh, the famous side. Okay.
I know.
When you buy something, like let's say you go to Woolies, right? And they go, "Do you want a receipt, sir?" Do you say yes?
No, hate it.
Who says yes?
I am of the
I
mind.
need to know who the fuck says yes, and I need to know why.
At Woolies, I will. Or at
Why?
least because Steph likes to
Track the cash?
budget, like just check what we're fucking spending.
Yes, on your
It's on your
Yeah,
online
yeah.
bank.
Sorry, no, but like itemized,
doesn't know
like
technology.
itemized on the
Do you have-
receipt. You
do
know,
you
it's
have-
like there's on there, like what you get. Sometimes she'll take shit back if like stuff's off or if I've got the wrong thing.
Right,
you know,
okay,
like
okay.
it's a bit more.
So
it's
there's a
more
family
of like
element.
checks
Yeah.
and balances for me. Like if I fuck something up, but
Okay.
like if I'm just
So
going
you get
to like,
micromanaged.
but think about like if you go to like get fucking a chicken roll, I'm not getting a receipt for my
Fuel.
meal. Fuel.
Look, receipt etiquette. I believe that unless I ask for it, don't say it.
What I always find funny is people in front of you when they haven't asked and the clerk hasn't asked if they want one. They're like, "Where's my receipt?"
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
is stupid. It's
Bruh.
like, come on, bro. You got to take control of the situation and ask for the bloody
yeah.
receipt.
You bought a newspaper, bro.
Yeah, relax.
What do you? I don't understand what you're gonna do with that receipt. I don't understand.
Put it
where
in your
the
wallet.
$3.50 receipt gets you.
It's gonna sit in your wallet, Eddie, and it's gonna lose all of the ink.
And they're like, "I need it at tax time." It's like,
It's a newspaper.
for what? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Look, shopping is one of the great mysteries with many different facets to it that are quite confusing, if I'm being honest.
But I will say this: if you are in retail and you are listening to this and you don't have a bloke seat in there,
Be better.
you're gonna go out of business.
Yeah, be better. Be better. Guys, it was a great weekend. A great weekend. Both of our teams played really well. Just got pipped at the end.
I don't know about that.
You lost to the team everyone's saying is going to come last.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so. Trials don't matter though.
No, huh?
Trials don't matter.
We were actually, it's interesting because they don't matter, but they do for some clubs,
Okay.
like the Broncos, where it's like, we need to see how this basket case team has gone over the off-season. You've made some signings, which is really great for the club. Let's see how that early, the green shoots, are they coming through?
You don't know
No,
each
they're
other's
not.
bodies yet. Like you're learning to.
How fertile is the soil up there?
That's right.
It's not. It's barren.
Well, it's currently
It's
getting-
salted. Someone's thrown salt on that soil up in Brisbane.
Early tests are alarming.
Yeah.
It's all good.
You got pumped.
I mean,
you got pumped.
yeah, the ambush was postponed.
You got
guys know
pumped.
that. You understand that the
Full,
ambush
full,
was postponed.
full fucking side.
We're missing Reynolds, like our key signing.
Right. Is he 30 points?
He's
not.
absolutely
No,
the
he's
Tom
not.
Trbojevic of halfbacks.
No, he's not. He's never won a Dally M. So. No disrespect to Reynolds. Love Reynolds. But
Look,
Love Reynolds. He's not worth 30 points.
you're not Alfie Langer.
look.
You
Trials,
fucking want to be if you think it's going to turn
as I
around.
said, the ambush was postponed due to the rain. I thought I made that extremely clear on the last podcast. It's trials; they don't matter. I'm predicting it even. I actually feel like we're lulling everyone into a sense of security.
Dude, this is so sad. You said this last year.
Yeah,
Yeah, then he
it's
came
just
14th.
Yeah.
The best plans. You
You
guys came
lulled,
15th.
you lulled everyone to
You
sleep.
guys came
is what you
15th
did.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Or 3 years ago. Was it
No,
2
we
or 3?
didn't. Yeah, it wasn't, definitely wasn't 2 years ago,
bro.
Tell you
Okay,
that
was it
much.
3 years ago then?
Don't know.
I
Don't
don't
think
know,
so.
7 maybe. A while ago.
Never come last. You came last 2 years ago. Is that
Yeah,
the one
that's
is that the
crazy.
you're talking about?
Are you a merger club or not?
No, we're not. No,
we're not. We're
We're
better
a sovereign club.
Now, the stores in Spotlight. We are in every single Celebrations, Bottle-O and IGA in New South Wales and ACT. So get down to your Celebrations, your IGA, your Bottle-O, grab a case of Bloke in a Bar, and here are the stores in Spotlight this week. Dee Why Hotel, we are now on tap there. Obviously, we've got the live show there next Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Steve's Liquor, all stores in Victoria. Celebrations, Adamstown, North Parramatta Cellars, Arncliffe Cellars, Super Cellars, Bomaderry, Super Cellars Bomaderry, Stafford Tavern Brisbane, Federal Hotel Drive Ipswich, Charlie's Hotel Gympie, Duke of Edinburgh Walkinston, Centenary Hotel Townsville, and N17 Burger Co. Sports Bar in Port Douglas. It is on tap there. So make sure, get down, grab a case of Bloke in a Bar. The footy season is here. If you drink beer, give Bloke a try. It's beer that tastes like real beer. But we've got a great segment one, boys. Ricky Stuart has come out and said, it's Raiders copping it up the arse again. I'm in disbelief and disgusted that it always seems to happen to us. That would be the copping it up the arse. We're copping it. We keep copping it. And it gets to the stage where you're absolutely fed up with it. Now,
Fed up with it. But
I can understand why when you're copping it up the arse so much, you can get fed up with it.
Well, like, I guess, though, if you were just to sort of break up the words that he used there, he's fed up with copping it. That would infer that at one point he wasn't. Which is completely sweet. I get it. A bit of doot work doesn't go astray for certain people, certain members of the nation.
Some people celebrate
Is
doot
it
work.
what is it about? What has got old for Ricky about copping it up the arse? I think it's the real question, right? Is it a lube issue? Is it he just needs maybe it's just a frequency thing? Like he just needs a bit of just give me some time off.
I think it's a time off thing. He's sick of the NRL repeatedly.
Was it just the NRL giving it to him up the arse, or is it?
I think he's referring to. So what he's referring to here is the fact that he called the NRL before the All Stars game and said, if Rapana sits out, does that count towards the suspension? They said, cop this up the arse.
Yeah, they basically said, hey Ricky, could you just pick that up from the ground? He said, bang,
Boom. So it has nothing to do with suspension. It's they literally said, cop this up the arse.
Cop this up the arse.
And he was like, not again.
I'm sick of it.
And anyway, so Rapana plays, obviously shoulder charge, gets suspended for 2 games. So Ricky is filthy because he's like, well, hang on a sec. Reece Walsh, Brandon Smith and Latrell Mitchell, that all ended up counting towards their suspension.
But Rapana played.
But what I'm saying is he rang up before and said, if he doesn't play, does it take off his suspension? And then he would have said, I'm not going to play. Or as in the Rays would have said, you're not allowed to play because we want to get your suspension shortened. They said, no, it doesn't. So they were like, all right, you may as well go and play then. Who cares? It's just a trial match. And then the arse
Got pounded.
got involved.
He copped it.
He copped it.
Maybe Ricky needs to start saying no.
Is it a lube issue, Denan?
Look, I think they could have been a bit more gentle with, because it is unfair. That's a good copping.
That is a copping.
Like, if you're the Raiders, you're sitting there going, not only did we lose him we lost him for 2 more games.
He got suspended.
Yeah. You can just imagine them at NRL. Who's on the blower? Ricky. No, he'll cop it.
He'll cop it. He'll cop it. And you know what? We'll get a great quote out of him, which is promoting the game, more ticket sales, boom.
It's actually genius from the NRL.
Well, it's a marketing machine. They go,
Ricky's a marketing machine.
just lube him up again, see how he goes, and we'll get some great quotes out of the big fella.
This is one of the all-time great quotes in my
One of the
opinion.
great quotes all time.
Yeah.
All time.
Just Canberra Raiders
We
copying
keep
it up
copying
the arse
it
again.
and copying it, and it gets to the stage where you're absolutely fed up with it. I get that.
Yeah.
It's like if someone was force feeding you custard, you'd get over it.
You would get over it.
Maybe
I'm
that's
sure
what
there is. Yeah, there's a tipping point where custard no longer enjoyable.
Like maybe the first spoonful of custard, you go, that's great custard.
Yeah.
well, a couple of spoons. Let's be honest.
A bowl of custard?
I'll cop a bowl of custard.
Fucking oath, you
I'll cop
a
a few
bowl of
weeks
custard.
of it.
Copping
But at what point does that custard,
become a problem.
a big problem?
I think everything in moderation. Everything in moderation,
Yes.
including copping up the arse.
Exactly. At the start, it was probably fantastic, very enjoyable.
But
And it
when you're
gets to the
copping
point
it
where,
and copping it and copping it,
Yeah.
and also the bloke he's copying it from, they don't like each other anymore.
What was funny though is like the post. So he blew up in the article, so he's like blowing up that they copped it. But then like the next quote is, no, I really like Andrew, like I really like Abdo. He's a great bloke. It's not his fault. It's someone else. So it was like this massive blow up. But then he was like, oh shit, I better feather
this with.
But you
like
know what?
some
That shows you what
niceties.
kind of bloke Ricky is, because he doesn't do that to other people. Clearly, he says his piece angrily. But then he goes, oh, but I don't. This is the lube here. He got the lube out and said, I'm not having a go at Abdo. Lubed up the situation for everyone. It's just he's just been put in a bad situation. So
And I'm a little red raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we were to, and look, Eddie, you and I are business guys. We do run a very successful schnitty lube business. What if we were to donate, schnitty lube being gravy for those of you uninitiated, what if we were to donate a couple of thousand bottles to Ricky?
Yep.
Maybe it'll, not only does it taste good, but
Yeah.
it could help with the copping it up the arse and maybe making it more of an
I think the
enjoyable
colour of it
situation.
may be a concern.
We can dye it.
We can dye it.
Oh, okay.
We've got
Green.
the
Green.
Well,
Green gravy.
yeah, we can do green. Green again, probably not a very
Green could be a little off-putting.
Yeah.
Maybe a nice pink.
well. I don't know if pink's even.
Yeah,
good.
that's like
Maybe
yeah.
we go for a clear gravy. Can we do that? Look,
Isn't
it
it
hasn't
clear
been done
gravy?
before.
Clear is a bit of a wig out.
I think we stick with gravy. You know it's gravy. You know it's good. If you taste gravy that doesn't look like gravy, I think that's off-putting.
Yeah,
Who
but the
says we're
gravy
tasting
in
it?
this, if you're tasting that gravy in that scenario,
I can't come up with a colour that maybe blue.
I don't want to. I think we know. I think we stick to what we know, which is just schnitty lube.
But we know gravy.
We know gravies. We know schnitty.
All I'm
lubes.
saying is if he needed us to dye it, I'd be happy.
We'd
to.
be happy to explore it. Maybe you give us a colour you'd be happy with. Otherwise, you're just going to get a nice brown schnitty lube.
Yep.
But it works
That you can put on your meals.
as
know?
well as on your assholes.
It's multi-purpose. And that it wasn't designed that way.
designed for
wasn't designed
schnitties.
that. It was designed for schnitties, for chips, et al.
so you reckon
For
next
chicken
time-
rolls.
Chicken rolls, yep,
So
definitely.
the next time he calls the NRL, he should go, Dale, get the snitty lube out because he's
Yeah.
going to be a cop.
And she's like,
Well-
lucky, Dale, because I've actually just got a batch on.
yeah, well, we could send down a tanker full. I don't think the bottles is probably, he's going to need a lot of it. Now I'm thinking, eyes up here.
I was up footy.
I think we get maybe a big sort of drum of it or like almost like a water tank full of it for his backyard.
We'll be fine, mate. A couple of 44-gallon drums. Just put them out the back.
I actually love that he's just saying it like it is.
It's great.
Like, talk about just not giving a fuck and coming out. And because, to be honest, he's right. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that is.
That
Yeah.
is absolute bullshit. And I would almost go as far to say as I know that this would probably open a bigger can of worms, but like maybe take a week off for Rapana suspension as a like, sorry. Bro.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We fucked up.
Yeah, we fucked up. We told you one thing and blah, blah, the next thing.
The problem is when he asked, they didn't have their shit together.
Oh, absolutely. But that they should have maybe thought of that when they were looking at other players saying, okay, we're going to take it off.
Or you go, sorry, Cheese and whoever else got off, or Trell, is it?
Yeah, Trell,
Yeah.
Cheese and Walsh.
You just go, sorry, guys, we already said no to Ricky, which is a fuck up on our part, but like...
Oh, so you reckon say yes and then come back and say no?
Well, they said no. So before the All-Stars game, Rapana had a suspension over his head already, right?
But everyone was no.
No one else asked.
At that stage, everyone was like, 'cause
Ricky
it was in the, like, we were all talking about it. And like, should Latrell play or not? What I don't get is when that was getting circulated through all the articles all over the internet, how come they didn't step back and go, oi, we need to sort this out now?
They should have sorted it out
Yeah.
at the start.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because
How
it
did
was-
they not realise they'd be asked about this?
They were though. That's what's crazy. Is like before All Stars, weeks before All Stars. Matty, you can quote me if I'm. Everyone was talking about should they allow Latrell to play because it's a trial match, and then some people say it's a representative match. So the NRL had an opportunity to be like, oh yeah, that is weird. We consider a rep match, but Origin we allow them to if they miss a game it counts towards suspension. So maybe if this is a representative match, then maybe we should. I think like the tough thing with this now is like a lot of people saying online is like why some players are getting an extra game in the off-season to serve their suspensions and some people aren't eligible for that. But then the argument against that is there's a lot of Kiwis and Polynesian boys that have never been eligible for Origin, and that's 3 matches
Shitloads of them.
that they don't get access to. Then another issue is that, how do you know certain players were or were going to get selected? A fringe player
Yeah.
that maybe have got selected or may not have been selected, does his suspension count? And so it's...
But does that argument where it's like Polynesian players don't get access to that game, couldn't you also then argue from the same standpoint of Polynesians going, well, Origin is unfair because these non-Polynesian players get access to the money on offer in Origin? Like, it sort of just doesn't seem like it's...
What do you mean?
Well, so it's like a rabbit hole you go down if you start going, well, it's unfair to have Origin count towards a suspension because Polynesian players don't get access to those 3 games. But it's like, could you not then also argue from the standpoint of Polynesian players, it's unfair because they don't get access to the money on offer in Origin? Like, what's the point in that argument?
Well, it is unfair, though.
But is it? It's a game that this
sure.
player is going to miss out on. This person who's eligible for 30 grand, like a 30 grand payment, is going to miss out on it.
Yeah.
So it's not really unfair then, because they're like, does that make sense? Am I?
Not really, because a Polynesian doesn't have the opportunity to play in Origin. And
so then isn't the whole concept of Origin then just generally unfair? Well,
it's basically like players in the NRL are getting a free game to go towards their suspension that a Polynesian boy wouldn't.
Right. They're also getting an opportunity to potentially make an extra $90,000 that a Polynesian player is not making. That's also unfair then, technically, by that same logic.
I think it kind of is, especially with the NRL being made up of 45. Like, our eligibility rules are not, like, they're not the best. Like, we need to sort them out.
Sure, but like Origin's one thing that just happened. It is what it is, though, right? Like, it just is what it is.
Yeah, but
so like if you're gonna, it's the same principle.
But with that logic, you're just saying, yeah, fuck them. When in reality,
I'm not saying fuck them. What I'm saying is
disregard the $30,000 because that's a separate argument. We're just talking about the amount of games NRL players get to serve suspensions. And there are some players that are eligible to get maybe 4 extra games that can come off their suspension, and there's some players that have 0 extra games. And so, regardless of what the game is, there's NRL players that are not getting as much opportunity for that suspension. That's like all that other stuff is irrelevant. Like they're NRL players that it doesn't matter what the game is. So, for example, All-Star, the Indigenous, there's a lot of Australians that don't qualify for the All-Star match. Yeah. And so you could sit there and be like, well, that's unfair, blah, blah, even though...
So you're arguing that rep games shouldn't count towards suspension?
I'm not arguing that, because I just think like we actually just need to make it so that all the NRL players eventually have access to the same amount of rep games. I'm saying that is one argument, that rep games counting towards suspensions
what do you think
is unfair on other clubs. Like there's probably clubs out there right now that a player has a suspension and he's going to come back at round 2 instead of round 1, but he never had the opportunity to play in the All-Stars game.
I find that...
I
understand what they're saying, but I just find that like a really like finicky approach. Like, yeah, you know what? Some players fucking play Origin. Some players play rep games. Some players never play rep games. Like, is it that unfair? It's 1 extra game or 3 extra games. Like, it just doesn't really make that much of a difference.
But also, with the rep side argument, if you go into rep camp, you miss games of footy.
For your club.
So you miss games of footy for your club, so it actually evens up. So the only game that it really is in question is this one at the start of the year. And I think we can probably just get over that.
Mm. Yeah, but you still have the opportunity. Point. You still have the opportunity in some scenarios where you don't miss a game of footy or whatever. Like
no. If you play rep footy, you have to miss a club game on the way in.
People get called in all the time.
You can get called in, but if you're picked in the Origin squad, you at least miss 1 game for your club.
Yeah, but as I said, people get called in.
Picked. You get teams picked on the Monday or the Sunday night, and then you miss that week, and then you play on the Wednesday. That happens twice, if not 3 times.
I think is it twice?
Twice. They had that Sunday game.
Yeah.
Have they got rid of that, or they kept it?
Don't know. But
anyway,
the
point is, it probably evens up.
It's not
at the end of the day.
It's not that unfair. Like it's not like a holy shit, you're right. This is like a really poorly weighted system where it's like they've got so many more games that they can be suspended for. To like, it seems like this is a waste of time.
It's probably they actually won.
Yeah, but it's like it just seems like it seems like this is such a, to me this seems like a bit of a non-issue in terms of like.
But that's rugby league,
that's
bro.
Rugby league,
oh
bro.
no, absolutely.
Or let's get fucking bogged down in like the most who gives a shit scenario. That's what it is. And Ricky so eloquently pointed out that it's akin to getting pumped.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
And so, like, he's an example
to the point of disgust.
Like, for example, you're sitting there going...
He's turned one of his great loves into disgust, which is unfortunate.
You can't have too much of a good thing.
I once ate so much yoga when I was younger that I got over it. So it happens.
Really? Yeah, no, I get it.
Or like sometimes when you get food poisoning from something and then you don't like that food anymore.
I had peach schnapps once in a beer bong. Never again. Can't touch it.
Yeah.
It's but like as much as we say, oh, who cares? It's not a big issue. Like it clearly is. Like he's filthy. These players.
Yeah, but he's only pissed off because
his player.
No, but it's him.
He's been fucked over. Though.
He's
He
been
has been
fucked
fucked
over.
over.
Yeah, I understand that. but
This
it's
is
still,
I can understand this ass copping that Ricky's got. Like he's been fucked over.
for example,
Because
the Rabbitohs.
I'm like, yeah.
The Rabbitohs care because they lodged the NRL for it. Like they.
No. But see, I think that it makes perfect sense for Latrell, for Cheese, for Rapana to be able to count that as a game that is in their suspension. And then it's like, all right, that makes sense. The other argument to me is like, it doesn't make sense to be so up in arms about the unfair nature of.
The only thing is like then it kind of represents like, so for example, Polynesian boys represent 45%, I think, of the NRL. Indigenous boys 13%, but so you're nearly at like 50% of the NRL is Polynesian.
There are a lot of Polynesians that play Origin.
Yeah, but they have to make that choice. So, like it's kind of changing now. Well, not some of them might
But
want to play for Samoa.
But can't you? But I was under the impression that you could play for New South Wales, but also play for a tier 2 nation.
Well, but it's kind of like people are blowing up about it. You know what I mean? It's in a situation where if you play for Samoa, you can't play for Australia, and you know, should we allow players to play for tier 2?
I thought like at the moment
in the
you've
World
got like
Cup,
playing for Australia.
in the World Cup, you got to choose. You got to choose.
Yeah, you got to choose, but you can still play Origin and you can play for Samoa, Tonga.
But then
Australia.
Tonga is a tier 1 nation. I'm pretty sure now. Is Tonga tier 1? So like Andrew Fafita, he couldn't play for New South Wales. He had to choose Tonga over, and so the argument from a large portion is like making that choice. And you know there were years where you couldn't play for other nations and then play for. I don't know what the answer is, but I do understand that it is a bit of an issue. Like we need to, I guess.
I understand the like eligibility thing, sure, but you get extra games for suspension, as you said, you miss club games as well. It's really only a couple of games out of like a fuckload of games rugby league that it's a difference.
Yeah, but I understand like if I was a Kiwi or whatever and it was just 2 games, let's say it's 2 games, but then on top of that I can't play Origin. It's like if I was a Kiwi, I'd be like, and I wanted to play Origin or whatever, not even I wanted to play Origin. I was a Kiwi and they get access to playing a game that they basically get $100,000. I can understand if I was Kiwi, Samoa, and Tongan or whatever that our match payments are so much less. It is Australian rugby league.
Yeah,
though.
like I get.
I get all that, but like at the end of the day, the jewel in the crown is Origin, and it works. Like why the fuck would you want to tweak it? Like it's working, works well, it's humming. The moment you open it up, and like anyone can play, like it would lose everything.
But then the argument against that is they've changed eligibility rules so many times.
No, they've tightened them. They made them harder.
But they have changed them.
To get rid of like Greg English like issues, which like let's be honest,
one of the great
fucking
Folau, born in Minto, New South Wales.
How crazy is that?
You know
like
what I mean?
he wanted to come play for Queensland.
I know.
No, I get that, and I respect Gio, and I love him as a player, and like that was the decision he made. But I think we can all say that it was a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
That when he was 17 years old, born and raised in New South Wales.
So do you think that the Mulatalo situation was a bit rough?
Yeah.
We talked.
Yeah.
We
But
said
that's against what you're saying right now, where we should tighten the laws.
Well, I think if you go back
I've said
to like,
they did tighten them,
yeah, they did tighten.
but they went to like 8. They went down to like 8
I think
years
it's
of
14,
age.
and he's a difference of like a couple of
No,
months.
13, and he was different. It's the cut-off date is like 13 years old. I think you got to be in the state or whatever, and he was like 13 years and fucking.
I think you can make
unfair.
you can like there should be
discretionary calls being able to be
calls.
made.
Yeah.
Whereas like you know if you're born and raised in New South Wales
And then at 17, you want to go play
and you want to go play for
Queensland.
Queensland, you go wow that doesn't really float.
My personal opinion is very similar to your own. Like as a Queenslander, like you know, I do really like the tradition of it all. I have a connection to being from Queensland. But I do understand the changing landscape of the NRL. Like, it is a changing landscape. It is not like it was 20 years ago or 50 years ago. There's so much different cultures in that. So I understand
Good point, yeah.
that Australia is changing, the NRL is changing, and as we go further, like in the next 10 to 20 years, you're probably going to see that number jump to like 60 to 70%.
And I think
that may be the question of like, do we, it's tough. I don't know what the answer is.
I think there's an argument to be made for more opportunities, like we've sort of mentioned and other people have mentioned, of like some sort of thing where Islanders or like the Pacific Islander players like get to have, you know, I guess like some sort of competition as well during the Origin period, or opportunities for them to have some games as well. Like there's that just makes sense. That seems like a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like
three rep weekends, and then you just pad that.
Hang on, the problem with that is, and this is the Fafita situation, in that way, then To'o would have to choose between New South Wales and Samoa.
Well, To'o wants to play for Australia, I believe, but you're right.
His parents said, we want you to play for Australia, and Jerome Luai is still waiting to kind of decide.
But it would help with the whole match payment
the one thing that
footy issue.
I understand, because at the end of the day, it is Australian Rugby League. It's our national game or whatever. But the one thing it does, I guess, not upset me, but I do feel for players that feel pressure to make a decision they normally wouldn't due to the financial incentive massive gap. Like $100,000 is $100,000.
And it's the
big
preeminent game.
Yeah, and so I wish we could make it so that everyone is choosing truly who they wish to play for, and there's no pressure outside of that kind of thing.
I don't know, I'm just trying to work out, and I'm not saying this even as an opinion, I'm just trying to sort of work through this situation, but no one's making you choose to play Origin if it goes against your culture, or if it's it means you can't play for Tonga or whatever. I understand there's a financial carrot there where you're holy shit, well, I don't want to miss out on that because I can help support my family. I'd never had any money or anything like that, but Origin's Origin. You don't just change it because we've got a multicultural society, in the sense where you're
But it has been changed plenty of times.
Only to make it more of a state of origin context, right? You can't, if you're from Victoria, you don't play state of origin. If you're from Western Australia, you don't play state of origin. If you're from, it just is what state of origin is. Queensland versus New South Wales. I think if you from New South Wales, you should play origin. From Queensland, state of origin. If you've moved to Australia from anywhere and you fit the criteria, you should be able to play state of origin. But what else do you fucking change? What else? I can't see in my mind what you would change to make it, unless you just went fuck it.
We wouldn't change it if it wasn't so big.
Does it become an NFL All-Stars?
Do you know what I mean?
Thing?
Imagine if the concept was smaller, just for argument's sake. We wouldn't change it. It's because it's so big and there's so much allure to it, you feel pressured to change it.
Yeah, for example, let's say I'm a young Kiwi boy, grew up in New Zealand till I was 12 years old, came to Australia. I love Origin. But if I play Origin, I have to play for Australia. Do you know what I mean? That pressure for them, it's tough on a young kid.
Would you say it's a similar thing than just being Samoan? I don't know what Samoa's match payments are, but I assume that they're a lot less than Australia's, right?
Basically nothing compared to it.
So is it not the exact same thing as the international game?
Well, Australia gets that and the Origin, though. So you're
whatever
looking
then. Yeah, okay, but New Zealand. New Zealand's match payments are probably more than Samoa's. So I'm a young Samoan boy, but fuck, I could go play for New Zealand and get paid more. You're making a financial decision. That's which is your prerogative.
Yeah.
But that's why you live with the decision you make. Okay, I'm going to go choose to play State of Origin, which maybe renders me ineligible to play for Tonga. Or maybe we can change that and you can play State of Origin and still play for Tonga. But at the moment, that's the decision you make. That's the decision you make.
I don't think anyone's arguing that they should live with their decision. It's more just the pressures on a lot of players, especially when more of them make up the NRL each year. That extra pressure, you could argue, is unfair because they're an equal member of an NRL player, and so for such a large portion of the NRL to have that pressure, but also not have access to large sums of money, you could argue that's a bit unfair. Now, if it was a very small percent, you could be look, they only make up 5 to 10%. But it's the game is changing so drastically. Again, I don't know where I stand on this. I probably would lean more towards keep it as traditional, not as traditional as possible, but keep it connected to the core of Queensland versus New South Wales. If you play for Queensland, New South Wales, I personally at this stage believe that you should have to play for Australia. But I can understand the other side of the argument of it's a changing demographic, it's a changing environment. Do we need to begin to look at, ways to compensate or ways to make it more desirable to play for Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, PNG? I don't know what the answer is. I honestly don't.
It's fucking tough.
I certainly think there's a way, it'd be great to make it more lucrative for those players to be able to represent their nation they want to.
I think the powers that be at Moore Park will be very hesitant to tweak it, because it's worth so much money to them. They're we don't want to fuck this. And you don't want to risk it becoming all-star.
If it becomes all-star, it loses
all the
reason why
passion.
Queensland versus New South Wales is so good is because of the cultural history of Queensland versus New South Wales. I reckon the best way to combat this would, and again, this is just creating money out of nowhere, but let's just assume we had the resources to do it. I would go and look at the round robin thing or the North Island versus South Island
Fully.
in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Tonga versus Samoa, like Fiji versus PNG or something, and try to build that up. I think the Samoa-Tonga thing has a lot of legs. I think
Samoa-Tonga,
Yeah.
100%.
and the North Island versus South Island, maybe. I don't know if rugby league's big enough in New Zealand
South.
to do that. But yeah, it's a tough topic. I don't know what the answer is, but I can understand both sides to it for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
How about us having a nuanced rugby league debate without one mention of a cock the whole time?
Well,
We
Until
can
then.
bring it if you want.
No, look, I thought it was very good and mature.
You know what? It did come off us talking about copping up the arse, so it kind of like balances
That's a good
itself
point.
out.
Yeah.
the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
That's life, though. The yin and yang.
Yeah, it is.
So they say.
Now,
So they say.
actually, this is something that's really been bugging me, boys. But I was on the phone on the weekend, and I thought about all the times I've had heated discussions on the phone, talking about debating or whatever, but things get heated. Is the art of hanging up aggressively gone? Because we no longer have the phones that, fuck you, you dog. You can just go,
That's actually a good point. There was something very satisfying about like slamming a fucking phone. I mean, you know.
I was never, I don't think I was ever in the,
have a fight with your missus when you're growing up.
never on the landline. No.
Because you
I wouldn't
Not
have
on
had
the
a fight
landline.
with a
No,
missus
no,
on the
no.
landline.
No
I was,
way.
but
I'd like to sit here and say that I was on the
Really?
landline.
You're not a landline
and not
operator?
even like a
Cordless? Did you ever have a phone like that?
Yeah, we had a landline with a cord.
yeah.
But then we went to cordless.
Oh, yeah.
And I was probably in like year 6 then when we went cordless.
Mine was more. Well, I was too young to probably have a missus that I was having a full row with, but I'd be doing it with a mum and dad if it was one of them's calling me from
Yeah.
it's like, fuck you. You say fuck you after you hang up, of course. You don't say it
obviously.
on the
Fucking
phone.
jeez, you don't want to die.
No.
Hanging up hasn't lost its
Luster.
effect
Allure.
though.
It
Like
does-
obviously the sound would help.
Yeah.
But the act of hanging up on someone still
But also, I think
remains a potent tool.
You know that the hang up still works when you're hung up on, because like
'cause it hurts.
when the missus
and then
hangs
you're
up,
like,
and you're like,
fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah,
And you call
it'll-
her back 50 times, she doesn't answer. You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
how dare you scream?
And you know what's crazy is like back in the day, if you called back a few times, they would eventually have to answer because you're spamming them. Whereas now it's just like, do not disturb, bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silent,
I don't
later.
even know it's ringing.
And you're just sitting there going, oh, I can't believe you hung up on me.
Yeah. Like you could pull the phone out of the wall, but then you're like,
Or
you
leave
know,
it off the hook, I guess.
But then you
can't
run the
receive any
risk
other
of
calls.
an emergency call time.
Absolutely. Which never ever came, but you're always like worried about it.
Did
Well,
you,
your parents,
when you had
your parents drilled it into you.
Yeah.
when you had the home phone, it used to be a race between my siblings and I to answer the phone when it rang. Like it was like the fucking
Really?
most exciting thing in the goddamn household when you were younger.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, later.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
That's
it was
it,
more
that's it.
like,
I'll answer it.
I'm not answering it. Maybe it was like the inverse in our house. We're like, well, I'm not answering it.
Nah, ours
It was
was
just like
Someone
ring-
answer it.
Play chicken with the phone ringing.
ours was like the races onto the phone.
Wow.
I don't know why either. It was, hey, how you going? All right, yeah, Dad, to you. Obviously, it's not for us.
Yeah.
The torture for me growing up being a gamer was people, when I'm on the internet, we only had one line.
Oh, we had
yeah.
2 lines, thank God.
Oh, we only had one line initially, and so like you'd be in the middle of some important epic battle of epic proportions. Just so fucking cool.
And important.
So important.
And cool.
And then your internet would drop out. Get off the fucking phone!
Oh, dude. You've been up all night trying to get this quest finished,
Yeah.
and then you get an
Yeah.
early morning phone call.
And then it got to the point where like my sister would just like hide the internet cord from me just to be a punish.
Oh, that's good though. That's good footy.
That's good
That's
honest
not
stuff.
good footy. That's makes me angry footy.
Tell you what, well, because we had 2 lines, so that never made me angry. But like, we had really weak water, and like, if you're in the shower and someone would turn on the fucking sink or
Yeah.
the washing machine or like the hose outside, you're like,
Yeah.
why?
That was a goddamn nightmare. You get burnt or
And then
frozen
you're like,
to
you
death.
got to run, you run out, you got your head out, and no one's hearing you. You got to go from room to room.
Yeah,
yelling.
turn the fucking taps off.
Fucking hell.
Or
is
if you
that
got
still
to
a
the
thing?
shower too late and there was all the hot water was gone, that'll smash your
Yeah.
day apart into
We had
I
a-
never had that. Like our water was all right, but just in the last apartment I lived in Bondi, it was the first apartment I've been in for years where it's like, oh, all the hot water's gone. Like
Small tank.
Yeah, it's like all the hot water's gone, so you'd have to have a fucking ice cold shower or sleep like dank and
It's
dirty.
Wim Hof before Wim Hof.
Yeah.
Mate,
No
fucking-
good.
we, like, yeah. I didn't really have that thing called big tanks. big
Country
big,
tanks.
big
Country
country
tanks.
tanks.
We had a tank,
We had it
wasn't
at
that
boarding
big.
school though. It was like the tank was about that big for fucking 300 blokes. You had to get up at literally
Yeah, you want to be
5:30.
first in there and
Just
probably
take one the
use
day
most
before.
of it because that was the way everyone
And
did
a
it,
couple
not
of
just
a couple
teenagers.
of really like rude but savvy operators would get up at
okay.
like 5 and have half an hour showers.
Oh,
and you're like,
that's fucked.
mate.
That is so
Always
selfish.
the same people.
Eyes up though.
That's so selfish.
It was
Oh, yeah.
fucking selfish.
That makes me mad because like it's kind of like on an aeroplane when people put their chairs back and they don't understand that at least because they would just say, "Oh, you put your chair
Well, it
back."
depends.
No.
But at least one
depends
person,
What depends what flight you're on.
at least one person is gonna get copped with the chair back.
So you don't
in their
put your
face.
seat back?
No,
On
'cause I'm not
international?
rude. No, I'm talking about domestic.
Oh,
here,
domestic.
domestic.
Bro, I go back anytime on
domestic?
flight. Yeah, if
Do
I,
you?
yeah.
But what you don't understand is,
Really?
let's say
I'm not like, yeah, I would for sure.
I don't. Not many people go back on.
not many
domestic.
people.
Bullshit.
It's rude as
No, it doesn't happen.
unnecessary.
Well, it does happen because it's not like
'Cause you do it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You're one of those guys.
Well, but also so are the people
So
in front
what's-
of me.
what's
I've
your
flown
thinking?
domestic.
so what's your
It's only
thinking?
like 40 minutes.
Yeah,
don't
right.
need to
You
put it
also
back.
said yesterday no one wears beanies, and then we canvassed the people, and it was like 80% of the people in
How
the
many
room
people do you
did.
reckon wear beanies like day to day?
What do you mean
It'd be a
in
low
winter?
number.
Low number.
In
yeah.
winter?
He reckons 50%.
No.
No, we canvassed the fucking room, and people wore
He reckons
beanies.
50% of people wear beanies in
No,
winter.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
say that.
No
that was
way.
that was literally what we did yesterday. Well, you go, no one wears beanies, and then you tried to be all like, who here wears beanies? And everyone's like, yep.
And people have said that they've worn a beanie.
No.
Wearing a beanie and I've worn a
Maddie
beanie.
was there. Maddie was there. Maddie was there. You're lying, and that's disgraceful. That's disgraceful from you.
You reckon 50%
But
in that room
no,
wear
no.
beanies all the time?
No, 50% of people wear beanies. That's what the question was. That was the answer you got.
But I think you could argue 50% of people have done a lot of obscure things.
That's not what the question was. People, do you wear beanies?
No, but I'm saying you could argue that 50%, like, because your argument was coming from a place, should we create beanies?
I was saying,
So the
no, we were
implication
talking
is
about.
we would sell a lot.
We weren't even saying, should we? We were talking about beanies in general. I go, well, we could do beanies. You're like, no one wears beanies. No,
They
like,
don't.
I wear beanies. Either way, I'm not talking about selling beanies.
No one wears beanies.
You're saying
No,
no
you-
one sits back on
Do you have a
fucking
beanie or you got a helmet? Let us know. Is that what we're talking about?
beanie or helmet?
Yeah.
Helmet.
Call that. Well, that's more like
50%,
a
is that what we're
visor.
talking about? 50% have beanies?
That's actually a good question. I don't know what the percentage.
No,
I'd say
it'd be
more
way
people
lower
have.
now. You know, you can't like really get it done.
Really? It's
No, no,
considered
no.
like general
they're like-
illumination.
Really?
Yeah, kid had
I have a
kid had
friend.
a boy lately, and they were like,
Wow.
My friend had a son
you sell it?
last year, and we were all on holidays, and he's got his lopped off.
oh yeah,
Whilst you're on holidays?
It's pretty
Not while we're on holidays, but
he lost it.
He lost it on
Got
holes.
caught on a fucking
Jesus.
steep.
But back to
twig.
the airplane thing.
Yeah.
What's your thought process when you sit there and you know that you're going to push into someone's space? Are you thinking
on a domestic 40-minute
yeah,
flight.
are you thinking, well, they can just go back? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
So the problem with that is someone has to cop that chair in the back. So if you all go to the back guy has to cop your decision.
So you saying
back guy
yeah,
can
right.
go back.
So, but
No, he can't.
No,
There's
they
a wall
can.
there.
You go
Oh,
back
you
a little
can.
bit.
There's a bit of wall
There's a
there.
bit of room. You
No,
can go back
you
slightly.
honestly can't.
You can.
You can.
You honestly can't.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're all experts. But I guess to me, that argument would be like, okay, so if you've got 100 seats on that flight, because one person is slightly inconvenienced, 99 people have to fucking. To me, that's like
But that's
pandering
not,
to minorities.
That's not the argument though, because
Well, it
not
is.
everyone's going to lean back.
Well, that's
Someone's
on
going to
you,
go,
though.
I feel I don't want to disrespect the person behind me, so I'm not going to do it.
But, like-
so it's not that's not the
I don't
correct
care
argument.
that you go back. I'm just interested that you do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad.
I didn't
you're
even think.
interested.
I didn't even think people went back on domestics.
Oh, some people do, and it is frustrating because I fly every week. Like used to fly every single week, and I would always cop it for the person behind me because I want to be a good member of society.
Yes, I reckon you just go back. I don't think it makes you a bad member of
Do you
society.
go all the way back, or do you go like half back? Because you can't go back as far on domestic as international, can you?
International, you can fucking get horizontal.
As soon as I get on international, I'm like, I'm putting it all the way back.
Yeah.
I'm just setting the
Yeah.
tone
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
so
so
that
you gotta
know.
set the
know
tone
that
on
I'm going
international.
back.
Yeah.
You can't go in hesitant because then they may get frustrated.
No. You got to go in and go. This is the tone.
Yeah.
This is a 14-hour
We're getting
flight,
horizontal here.
And I
For
can't
me, when
sit
we're in,
bolt up
we're in
like
cattle
14 hours.
class
That's fair.
and domestic or international, it's like, listen, no one's enjoying this.
It's a free for all.
It's just-
on
it is a
long-haul
free-for-all.
economy.
It
We're just
really,
cop
you know what it does represent? It represents how the elites just get the poor people to fight against each other.
Yeah.
That's
Turn
what
on
an
each other.
international fight
over
is.
limited
fight is.
space and resources.
Yeah, even though there's plenty of resources at the front, but let's have all the resources up here, but pitch each other against them, and they'll fight between each other and won't realise that us elites are the ones that they should be fighting.
Yeah. We
It's
should
called a
actually be
revolution.
storming upstairs.
We should storm up.
French Revolution. That's what we should do. I'm not going to be first though. I'm not going first.
No, neither am I.
Oh, you
I'm
go
not first over the wall. No.
I feel like you would offer the least in a war, so you can go and then.
But that's why I wouldn't go. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I'm just going to hang back.
But sacrifice would. You sacrificing is the most you would offer to war.
Yeah, but to satisfy you, fuck that.
No,
I'm not getting
people.
sacrificed.
The people.
Well, it seems like it's just the
man.
three of us at this point.
Yeah, Matty, you coming?
What do you reckon your success rate would be of slipping into like first class?
Pretty low, I would say. I
tell
got
you what.
upgraded to business once, just out of the blue, coming back from Europe. I was like, oh my God.
You landed in business. Wow.
Yeah, I got there. I get there. I was like one of the last on the flight, and I was scanning my ticket, and it was making a weird noise every time they tried to scan it. And I was like, oh my God, am I not going to be able to get on this fucking flight? And they're like, oh, you've been upgraded to business class. And I looked like a bum. I was just like I've just been fucking, getting around Europe for a couple of weeks.
Just fucking ripping and tearing over
Just
loose.
ripping,
loose as a bruh.
stinky as fuck.
You've
And they're
been
like,
so
you're up in business.
loose.
I was like, this is one of the great turns of events.
Loosest as
Flatbed?
Flatbed, champers.
Champers.
Yeah, voddy.
Pampers?
Champers, Pampers, voddy, sleeping,
Was it a rule
movies.
not to say what the item was? Like you just abbreviate it?
Yeah, well, that's when you're in business. That's what you do because
Okay.
you pretend like
You don't have
used
time
to
for it.
Well, you just
'Cause you're a
pretend,
CEO.
Hey, bizzo. You just
Yeah.
pretend like you used
Bizzo.
to the
You
life.
even say bizzo, not business.
I'm gonna
Bizzo,
I'm gonna have a
Champers,
slee. I'm gonna have a
Voddy,
slee.
OJ.
Sleep.
I'm gonna have a slee. Drop the
Slee.
P.
Yeah.
Slee time.
Slate.
You going to sleep?
Time for a snooze.
I can't finish the work because I'm so tired from working.
So tired. So
on the bizzo.
busy.
Can I have a blank? Any blanks? Any blanks rolling around?
That's what they say.
Mate, that's the life though. That's just
that
the
is
life
the
you-
bizzo life.
That's
That's,
the
why
bizzo
they
life.
say CEO because they don't want to say chief executive
It's
officer.
acronyms, dude. That's the life.
It's
up
all
there.
about using your time efficiently.
One word
Absolutely.
responses and emails.
That's it.
I'm an entre.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The entre life.
I'm a pro. Fuck the start and the end off.
Fuck it all off,
Boom.
dude.
I'm
Just
a
a
pro.
peak.
Maximizing my time.
I'm a.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
you get it, baby.
If you're rolling around that energy, you're a real
Yeah.
entrepreneur.
Again, I'll talk to my EA.
Is he your executive assistant?
Yep.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Damn, you run a business, but you're also an executive assistant.
Yeah, but you know what? It's required to make this to keep this thing running.
He's got his own EA as well, sitting over there.
Yeah, we got a new EA to me.
What's your advice to aspiring entrepreneurs out there? What would you say?
Keep it short.
Keep it short. Get an EA. Fly bizzo.
Drink champers and vodka.
Drink showers of voddy.
Make Walla.
In bizzo.
I feel like voddy is the same length as vodka.
Nah.
Well, it's definitely not.
Vodka.
Vodka.
But they're two syllables.
voddy. Yeah.
But I reckon you can.
You know what though? You didn't
No.
have time to think about that because you're so busy.
How quick can you say body though? Body.
Vodka.
Vodka. See? It's not as quick.
Can you do that again, like, and we'll see in a minute?
Vodka.
You didn't have as much passion then.
Vodka. Body. It's quicker. Body's quicker. Way quicker.
This is the entrepreneurial advice you get here, boys.
Yeah. Short.
Keep
and
it
girls.
Short and sharp.
Short and sharp, just like your
Straight to the
career
point.
as an entrepreneur.
Straight to
Yeah.
the point. That's what
to the
straight to the point is birthed out of.
An entrepreneur said it first. Mm-hmm. They were like having a whining conversation. He's like, straight to the point.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Short and sharp.
Elevator
Good point.
pitch.
Let's get in the elevator. Pitch it. Get out.
Yeah. What's your EP?
What would your elevator pitch be for this podcast?
I just fart. And walk out of there.
Three
Farting.
dipshits talk about dicks.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'd say.
That's probably it.
The Dick Merger podcast.
TMP.
Dicky Merger podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
On we go.
There we go. Segment 2.
No, that was actually
Oh, that was segment two.
That was the art of
Segment
slamming a
two.
telephone.
Yeah.
down.
He goes hard, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, I've forgotten this now. I didn't want to. Oh, just wait. No, I didn't want to play it because I think I was.
Oh, who you been looking up, bro?
Oh, okay.
Just looking at my Instagram.
Who's been searching?
Oh.
Wow.
Keeping an eye on things, mate.
Yeah.
Whoa. Get your dicks out.
Oh my God.
Matty.
So we're just on Matty the Waterboy's Instagram.
He's prolific on Instagram. You know what?
Dude, he's out of control.
That's out of control.
That's out of control. But I mean, if you want to spot a bloke who's loved up on the gram, Matty the Waterboy.
So we're looking at Matty's Instagram that he's going to put a picture up for us on the YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a picture of him lovingly holding his missus. Great bloke. And the caption, for no reason at all,
Literally zero
there's
reason.
zero reason to write this caption other than being a sicko. It says, "Get your dicks out." Jesus. Holy moly.
I wonder if he's got his out.
Probably does under
In
the
the
table.
photo, well, look at the look on his face.
Yeah.
She looks
That's a
pretty
man with his
happy
dick out.
She looks pretty happy too.
Well, she probably doesn't realise his dick is out though at that point in public.
So I mean, wow.
It's bold.
Listen, Matty, a prolific, loved up grammar, and that's cool.
In the
That's cool.
honeymoon phase.
He's got some honeymoon phase about him.
That dies, bruh.
It
Sorry.
does die.
Look at that. Look at those eyes. That's honeymoon eyes.
That is
dude.
honeymoon eyes. And
Yeah.
you
That
can tell
guy's
a
on
bloke,
honeymoon.
when a bloke has honeymoon eyes, you can tell.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When he becomes dead in the eyes and realises that.
Well, the three of us.
Yeah.
We've got dead eyes. We're dead behind the eyes.
Yeah.
That's honeymoon eyes right there, and honeymoon dick.
Honeymoon dick. Get it out. That's what he got out.
Do you think that the honeymoon itself, and again, none of us have been on one. I don't think have you been on a honeymoon?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Is the honeymoon like the honeymoon phase?
Mine was.
Okay.
I tell you what.
Wow.
I tell you what.
Okay.
A lot of calories were burnt. Let's just put it
That
that
makes
way.
me feel sick.
Okay.
Okay.
I was training.
Well,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry I asked.
Oh God.
But the honeymoon phase. What is a honeymoon? Am I being stupid right now?
Which, where you eat honey under the moon.
Are you talking about like the etymology of the word?
Yeah, like honeymoon. Like honeymoon.
Maybe like when you like that's
You
a term.
moon for your honey.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
that
potentially.
could be
I
it.
mean, the honey is like a term of endearment. So there's that, and then moon. I don't know how that
Is it like
plays into
baby
it.
moon?
Well, that's I think that's off the back of honeymoon. I think
But
honeymoon
no,
the
but they
originator.
but people used moon for some reason.
Right, but I
like
think
a
it
new
would have
moon.
started with.
Like there's a new baby,
Wonder if Matt, you looking that up there, bros?
Yeah.
as in like
I'd feel like
I don't know.
I like the moon
to
angle.
moon over someone. Isn't that to like pine over
That's
someone?
swoon.
Oh, swoon. Apologies. Yeah, you're right. My bad.
But a new moon is like new birth. So it's a baby moon. Maybe you're celebrating the new moon, but it's a baby moon and it's
New relationship.
And then honeymoon is like celebrating your new honey.
You are actually spot on.
So what is it?
So
Dude, I'm
honey,
so smart.
honey refers to the honey part refers to the new marriage's sweetness, whereas the moon is the changing aspect of the moon. So like,
Okay.
becoming more.
People used to love moons, dude. You gotta get like
Moons used to be in.
we used to do lunar calendar. It used to be
Well,
all
dude,
the,
you know
the
what?
lunar calendar used to be our calendar.
Light
And we
pollution.
went solar, and I reckon we lost our way.
Light pollution's ruined our appreciation of the celestial,
If I
bodies.
could, I think we would go back to the lunar moon.
Turn all the
lunar
lights
calendar.
off, go back to the lunar calendar.
It's more accurate, I reckon.
It's very accurate. The solar one's inefficient. 28 days in Feb. Why? Because
we said
it's not
so.
quite right. And
also-
then we've got to do 29 every leap year.
And then
it's
we
just
add a
like-
couple of seconds here, a couple of seconds there,
It's lazy.
And also, isn't moon connected to like, what's your energy? Like, there's a full moon tonight.
Well, moon water.
And like, also the moon connected to like star signs and that as well. Isn't it like somehow connected? So if you bring it into a calendar, it's got a lot of different
Elements to
elements. Now, to be clear, star signs are fucking bullshit, but
Not to everyone.
it. Star signs have their place.
To some.
you
Not
know
everyone,
what is,
but some.
we said it to you the other day, but boys, got a tip for you. Go on a date, research star signs. Perfect.
Did you read that in the game?
No, I read that in The Life of Myself.
The life of
No,
Kenty.
it's good to have a good basic understanding, because if they hit you with a what star sign you are, and you
Okay,
can
what's
fucking-
Aquarius? What's that about?
Well, I don't know anymore. I've been out of the game
Well,
for so long.
Well, okay.
Aquarius is early April, is it?
No.
Oh, okay, I've been out of the game.
See,
so long.
I'm almost like, I prefer to have no idea about that, and then you're like, tell me about it.
No,
'Cause I don't know
You
what
want to
the
relate slightly. A small amount of information.
Know your own star sign.
That's a good one.
And then
I think
just
everyone
go from
kind of
that.
knows there.
But I don't know. I just know what it
I just know it's called. I don't know.
I
much
just know.
about it.
I just know. what it
Aquarius
is.
water bearer.
You do, but you do seem to like to go with the flow.
But he also
And you have
can't
blue eyes.
swim.
But going with the flow can be different to swimming.
Well, water.
but I don't think it's. I think it's like more metaphorical water.
So is it more like a glass of water as opposed to a body of water?
I think it's like metaphorical
Like a
water.
swaggin.
Flagon?
A flagon. Flagon of water.
So look, dating
Swaggin
advice.
is just a bit
So
bigger than a flagon.
take either mine or Tom. So Tom, yours is don't know anything. That's your advice.
When it comes to I said know your own star sign. But like I wouldn't be going in there and researching all of them. I wouldn't come in there with like a fucking, encyclopedic knowledge of the star signs. That's a waste of your time.
I mean, I didn't say that.
That's what it sounded like. Do your research on star signs.
Now, we were talking about the great Fisher versus Flume battle, and this came up in my feed, and I think Flume may have won the battle because Matt sent this to me, and I actually saw this. You know what's funny is this image actually got me reported on Instagram, even though it's exactly like that. They reported it, and I got a fucking taken down.
Instagram
and
picks and chooses,
and it's like, are you serious? Like that is. But anyway, speaking of, did Matt send this, or maybe even a dribbler did?
Someone sent it to you. And then
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
found
So
it.
yeah, not only is he doing something quite extravagant on stage,
He's eating
but he's
arms.
bringing back the rimmy.
Well, that's a couple of years old.
Yeah.
And I remember it fondly.
I remember it
Probably-
fondly. I think
I'd
he was
forgotten
playing at a big
about it.
festival, and that's his misso, and he basically rimmed her on the stage whilst DJing, which is
That's all time.
that is.
But it's good to have people as powerful as Flume in our corner. And our quest to bring back the Rimmy.
Big Rimmy in our corner there,
Yeah.
clearly.
Well, he's the representative Big Rimmy.
yeah.
Well,
He's the CEO of Big Rimmy.
you need a spokesperson. You need an identity. You know, someone famous to
When he speaks, so
Champion the
hopefully he's had a
cause.
shower
Right.
before he comes up and speaks.
because Flume's a big deal.
Yeah.
And if he's out there doing every festival eating a little ass on the side, then that's going to help our cause greatly.
It will. Yeah. And again, as for those of you that don't remember, the doot cleaner than the mouth. So
Yeah.
there's no real concerns there either for dental hygiene or anything like that. As long as everyone's showered, it's a play-on situation.
Yeah. Just leave your, what's the term? Like your,
Preconceived?
yeah.
Your biases,
leave your
your
biases and
judgment.
your preconceived notions at the door.
Be open-minded.
And be open-minded to, the Rimmy.
Bring back the rimmy.
It's
Bring it
coming back.
I think it is. I thought the reception, especially on the Punters dribbler page, was quite strong.
It's not surprising it was well received in there. But
No, that's
And
a
I got quite a few
Bit of a
messages.
cesspool at times, that joint.
yeah.
I got quite a few messages saying I would buy a Bring Back the Rimmy shirt.
Yeah, well, I'll leave it with us.
Now, in NRL news, because that's what we are a footy show.
Are we?
Oh man, I can't believe I forgot segment 4, Beak Night to Remember, and Bit of Jack About Me. There was something funny, but I forgot. Shit.
You thought that...
You forgot or you realised it was lame?
and you realise that you aren't a bit of Jack about you. You try to be. I was doing yesterday. I was doing a Kate Winslet pose, and you know the pose exactly. Paint me like one of your French girls.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, Marilyn Monroe." I'm like, "You don't get it. You're not a real Jack. You don't get Titanic. That's enough. End of story."
Lying on your side like that, I don't think that's
He
a Kate Winslet
called it
pose.
a Marilyn Monroe pose.
Marilyn Monroe is like standing over like hot air
The
going,
hot air and getting a
That's
skirt
Marilyn
blown
Monroe.
I
up.
didn't say it was a Marilyn Monroe. I said you look like
He
Marilyn
said
Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe pose, and basically I walked out. I was
You
like,
walked
"You're a
out?
joke."
You
Yeah.
got your Winslets and your Monroes mixed up. And that's
Because you don't have a bit of Jack about you.
Yeah. If you had Jack about
I got a
you, no.
lot of Jack about me. Lot of Jack.
A lot of Jack Black, but not Jack from...
Shout out to Jack Black.
Hey, Jack Black's cool.
He's talented.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's a
he
funny
is.
guy.
School
Funny
of
guy.
Rock, Holiday.
School of Rock.
Yeah. Tropic Thunder.
And he does like weird videos now on the internet, like on YouTube and shit. Have you seen him?
This is not the greatest song in the world.
He does like try and get
What was that song called?
Tribute.
By
Tenacious D.
Tenacious D. Who was the bloke that was in that with him?
His mate.
Didn't he ride that train? That bloke.
You think he's still riding it?
Tenacious D's not a thing anymore, are they?
I'm sure they probably are doing some Jack Black gigs. Corpies.
Sure.
Jack Black funny videos. It's one of the great
We
Instagram
have to
videos.
stay strong in these times, like a Jedi Master.
Jesus.
That's what he's doing now.
This is... oh my God. God, isn't the internet just a fucking... Imagine coming home from school and seeing Dad doing this in the backyard.
I mean, he has no fucks to give.
No.
What the fuck?
That's what he's doing.
Is that funny if he's not fat?
Looking at Instagram and going, who should I follow? Who are they following? I should follow them too. Who's following me? Oh no. It's just not important. Let's live life. People. Bye. It's okay. It's waterproof. It's water resistant. That's the same thing.
It's so boomer.
That is.
That's what he's doing now. That's what Jack Black is up to.
Okay.
Okay, great. Yeah.
But yeah, so look,
This is what happens.
that's what
Yeah.
happens.
You live long enough to like die a villain or whatever the fuck it is.
You just got to, at a certain point, you got to go, it's time for me to go.
Yeah.
Pack it
Yeah.
up into the hills.
Or just
Leave
like
everything behind.
Well, like to age gracefully.
age gracefully. He's a funny guy.
He's
but
funny.
That's an example of like different generations of humor. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like the generation before us would be like, "Whoa, how funny is that? Like it's not water resistant. What a joke! Oh my god!"
Would that have been funny in the early 2000s?
That might have been one of the
Late
funniest
90s, I
jokes
reckon.
of all time in the early 2000s.
Early
Late
2000s,
90s.
that's the knee slapper. It's like, oh, he didn't know it was just water resistant.
That would have been on like an MTV Video Music Awards skit, and everyone was like, Jack Black's fucking hilarious.
Is something only truly funny if you get a knee slap?
You know what I do?
Like, is laughter enough?
Nah, laughter's enough. A good laugh.
Even
yeah.
like a smile, I feel like is enough because a lot of people can be quite stoic.
But if you get a knee slap,
Oh,
is
yeah,
that,
a knee
is
slap
that the holy grail?
I reckon falling over or crying. If you've got me crying,
Crying.
then you've got me for life.
or the like can't breathe. That's
Yeah.
hectic. That's like a holy
Crying
moly.
is
Yeah.
Crying,
mine.
can't
I'm not a
breathe.
knee slapper by a trade.
I'm a crier and I can't breather.
You know
like if
what-
someone falls over or some shit, one of your mates eats shit, like
You know
got
what
me.
does has really? I mean, it used to disturb me, but I've kind of become desensitized to it. The amount of people that will write LMAO, and it's not like they're not even laughing. Like they're literally saying their ass fell off that they laugh so much, but they're just staring at their screen, not laughing.
lol.
LOL doesn't even. LOL is like almost not. It's almost an offensive term now.
No, but Lol's like, lol.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. If you say LOL, it's almost disrespectful now. That's how far we've moved from LOL used to actually be. I'm laughing out loud.
Now it's just emojis of the crying guy.
yeah.
I go,
and
I,
that's also,
I still use ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I do. Ha.
Oh, you hit him with the
I think
ha.
have we talked about this? I don't know.
But I think we might have.
And if it's really funny, ha 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 ha.
Longer.
And then I'll do like crying. Eh.
Yeah.
But if you go too long with the ha, it's like that's when you're taking the piss out of me.
But I'll be honest, rarely am I laughing out loud.
No. Even
Yeah.
if I do find it funny, if it's in text.
It's a bit
honestly
harder.
reckon
Sometimes
the,
I do.
The
but not often.
crying face emoji percentage of how much are actually crying face laughing might be 1%.
Oh, but yeah.
Like 1%.
Nah, it'd be lower than that.
Yeah,
You reckon
even less.
0.5%?
Yeah.
Yeah, less. It'd be like a fraction of a percent.
Wow.
To be crying over reading a text, nah, never happens.
Well, just watching something. on
Anytime
Instagram
you
or whatever.
return that emoji
That
to
emoji.
something.
Now, onto the
Rugby
NRL
league.
news, Rugby League. Royce Hunt, the great Royce Hunt, on to Vita Pangai Jr. We obviously, did you see the little bust up they had?
Who's Royce Hunt?
Plays for the Cronulla Sharks.
Yeah, Tavita was
He was steaming.
steaming.
He was ready for.
He wanted that jersey off, bruh. Give it here.
I
So-
missed that bit. So they want a biff now, do they?
Well, apparently Royce Hunt's come out and said if he wants to have a go in the ring, we'll do it.
I like this.
Keep that for in the ring, brother. We'll just play footy on the field. I wouldn't mind getting in the ring and having a go. I don't know if I can throw him, but we'll find out one day.
I love this so much. It's not
That's a
like,
battler.
NRL players being a bit more like, it's all good. It happens on the field, stays on the field. It's like, nah, we can take this out of the field now. The boxing ring is now far more of an attainable thing for celebrities, athletes, whatever. I'd love to see these big boys.
Boxing
throw
ring's
it out.
almost taken over the on-field blue. Like it's like, okay, we're just going to go to boxing ring.
Yeah, we can't do it, so let's just put some gloves on you and the concussions don't matter in there.
Could you have a boxing ring out in the car park for like little on-field
Sideline?
scuffles? Like
Sideline.
but you don't want it on the field.
No,
you could have it on
but
the
what if,
sideline.
because what if you get two guys binned straight into the, instead
That
of the
would be
sin
good.
bin, you get the
Headgear,
sin ring.
gloves.
You get in the ring.
But
yeah.
also, after a game of footy, you just go, fuck it, boys, in the ring, cameras ready to rock.
Whoever wants to.
I
Couple of
think
like
you have-
2 minute round, 2-3 minute rounds.
Dude, you have 10 minutes in the bin. You have 5 2-minute rounds. You go straight off and you punch on for the whole time. And you have like a separate cam just in the corner. It's like you watch the game,
Fight
but you
cam.
also
Fight
fight
cam.
cam.
I'd watch that. That'd bring the crowds back.
Yeah.
Boys, huge breaking news. Dylan Walker signs with the Warriors. 23 onwards.
Wow.
It's falling apart. It's all falling apart.
It's all right.
That's all
He's
right.
been there for a
Super
while
sad.
He's
now.
been there. Congratulations, Dylan.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. You've been a great servant to the club. You're obviously going to get your second ring this year in 2022, and then off to the Warriors, where you obviously probably won't play finals again. But that's fine.
That's
Congratulations.
shocking. Lost Sully, now you lost Walker.
But have you seen the young hot things coming
Yeah,
up?
have you
bro?
seen Stubby? It's like it makes sense why we let Sully go, and love Sully. He's been ripping it for
You know
the
what that is
Dragons.
an indication though? And I actually had last Monday I was saying that I would probably give the 14 role because Dylan Walker's injured to Cooler. So that's an indication that Desi's gone. We've got
Stubby.
Lawton, we've got Stubby.
Stubby's ice
Or
cold.
we got Morgan Harper off.
Stubby is ice cold.
Or we got Morgan Harper and Parker that can be on the 14 if Cooler does get that position.
Stubby.
So, yeah, that's
Dill,
interesting.
good for Dill. Dill's been playing well. He's
He is a superstar.
yeah. He's
One of the
found a
better,
real.
yeah.
He's found a home. I think in the utility role.
100%. The 1-4 looks good on his back. He was good for us last year, and we'll get more good footy out of him. But some things come to an end.
How long's the contract, Matt?
3 years.
3 years. Oh, well, that's
How old is he now?
He's my age, so 20. I think he's 27.
Fuck, he's been around for a minute.
27.
debuted when
I
he
thought
was
he'd be
like
fucking
18.
close
Yeah,
to
I know.
30. Good lord.
He won that premiership in his first year at the Rabbitohs.
At the Rabbitohs, yeah.
Yeah, wow, okay, that's interesting. I mean, good on him for getting that 3-year deal. Very hard. Like, I think that would have a lot of sway in the decision. I don't think Manly would have offered him a 3-year deal. I think
Yeah.
they would probably just go year for year because he's a 14. You can kind of. So yeah, congratulations to Walker. Congratulations. Just between Royce Hunt and Tavita Pangai Jr., who you got in a bit of his horse?
Oh, look, to be honest, I don't have too much of a
TBJ.
knowledge of Royce yet.
He's
but
a
I like
big
his name.
boy.
He's got a Y in his name, which is obviously very good. TPJ has a triple barrel name though, so it's a tough one. It's
And
a
he's
toss-up.
chock-a-block full of mongrel.
He's thick.
He's a thick boy. And also, Tavita actually can box. He's a good boxer. For a beginner of boxing. Trent Robinson extends for 5 years until the end of 2028. He was already re-signed for 2023. Obviously, thoughts on the great Robinson re-signing?
Well, he's now in the, I think, Forbes top 10 richest men on earth, which is, congratulations to him. It's him, Elon, fucking Bezos. Who are the other ones?
Warren Buffett.
Warren. And
Zuckerberg was, but I think he's
then I think it's Tedesco. So there's 2 Roosters in there. It's pretty fucking crazy. Congratulations.
5 years, that's massive. The Roosters,
Yeah,
they
but
usually
mate.
Oh no, you do it.
Yeah.
You do it absolutely.
You wouldn't roll your eyes if it was 10 years.
Would you say Robinson is the most valuable coach right now? Because Bellamy has indicated that he's coming towards the end. Bennett, obviously, towards the end. Plus, also, Bennett hasn't won a premiership in quite a while.
To that degree, yes, absolutely. I also...
How old is Trent?
Trent's like 42
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
not that old. I know
Trent.
that it's like...
He's the man.
This is probably the wrong take. But if I'm just comparing which I'd prefer as a coach, I'd like a Bellamy or a Trent. I still think what Bellamy has done at the Storm is more impressive because the Roosters, no disrespect, have been able to buy the most ridiculous fucking players over his.
Like, could that not be an argument for how good of a coach he is? Because he's able to, like, at the end of the day, they
The
haven't
Roosters
breached
have
the cap.
always done that though. They've always bought the best players.
Yeah,
The
but
Storm have have identified good players and made them great.
But when you look at Robinson's record, it's pretty fucking hectic. First year premiership,
Yes.
and then he went like 3 years minor prems, 2016.
3 or 4 even.
Yeah, 3 or 4 even. Obviously that bad year, and then he went 17 solid, 18, 19 or 19, 18.
18, 19,
19, 20,
19, 20, yeah.
back-to-back premiership. So 3 premierships in basically 9 years of head coach.
He's
or
fucking
whatever.
hectic.
Yeah.
And you can just tell by the way he speaks that how good
3
he is.
premierships, 5 minor premierships.
Yeah, you can just tell by the way he speaks he's good. I'm not trying to talk him down, but if I'm comparing him to Bellamy, I find what Bellamy's done more impressive. But I still think he's incredible.
Like, okay, he bought Teddy, he bought Cronk, but he also has a core that he brings through from before first grade. Like, I know that, they got Suali off the Rabbitohs, but they identified him and went hard before he played first grade. Sam Walker also identified. So
Well, they haven't been a part of the success of the Roosters.
no, I understand that, but like they will most likely be their next generation of talent.
Yeah.
And you could argue
They
they're
just
not.
bought Cheese,
They bought Cheese, but you could argue those two
Cronk,
players.
Crichton, Cronk.
They buy more big names, is I think your point.
Yes.
But
They do develop good as well. is
they
what I'm
still
saying.
develop fucking well.
Yeah.
Agree. And that's why I'm saying, like, I am not trying to discredit him. He's clearly an absolute weapon. And to your point, the most valuable coach, I agree, in the context of everything that's going on. But what Bellamy has done in Melbourne, to me, is more impressive.
Okay.
Well, there's longevity, the fact that he has this incredible eye for talent. I buy all that.
You know what's crazy with like Bellamy is like I almost feel like he doesn't have an eye for talent necessarily. He has an eye for people that he can make kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
which is kind of coaching though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, he like gets the best out of players, and then when
Yeah.
they leave, they're like fall apart.
that's
again,
what I
you
mean.
know?
Yeah.
Whereas like, I think personally, Bellamy, without a doubt, no questions asked, is the greatest player developer all time. So if you lean more heavily on like you want coaches developing stuff, then you'd say inarguably GOAT. Whereas like Trent Robinson, I agree, like they do buy players or whatever, but think about how many players buy superstars and then those superstars don't go well at the club. I think it takes a skill set to buy a superstar and then take them to the next level.
Yeah.
Teddy, for example, if he stays at the Tigers, he's not considered one of the greatest fullbacks of all time. Comes to Roosters, his game's gone to another level. And now I think, inarguably, if he was retired tomorrow, you would still say he's one of the best fullbacks we've ever seen, Teddy. And that's like, it's not the same kind of development, but that is development.
Well, like Joey Manu, Luke Keary.
Tedesco was highly touted coming through. I agree with everything you're saying.
It's
but
like what I'm saying is that extra
he wasn't
1%,
the best player in
wasn't
the
a
world,
Pappenhausen.
though.
Yeah, but that extra 1% sometimes is just as hard as that first. Do you know what I mean? Developing an average player into a good player and taking a great player to one of the greatest. Sometimes it's just as hard.
Yeah.
I do believe Bellamy is the greatest player developer of all time. I'm just saying that extra percent, like very, very easy for Cooper Cronk to come to Roosters and just not do that. You know what I mean? Or Sonny Bill to come and, like, how many times have we seen big signings go to a club and just like not really do much?
But he's Cooper Cronk's Cooper Cronk, Sonny Bill, Sonny Bill. Again, I think we do agree largely, but like, I don't know. You get Cooper Cronk and you win 2 comps with the fucking best halfback in the world at the time. You're like, well, that's not that fucking surprising. Sonny Bill, one of the greatest players of
That's
all time.
hindsight,
Yeah, okay.
though. I think at the time, a lot of people were questioning, is it the Storm system or is it Cooper Cronk? So, like, it's easy now in hindsight to say, well, of course he would have won the premiership. But
I'm not even saying that. I more mean, like, if Cooper Cronk went to the Tigers, there's no way they win the fucking comp, but he's gone into a team that's already brimming with hot boys. And obviously the things that Trent brings. Again, I'm not talking Trent down, but, like, if you're able to make cheese, if you're able to make Pappenhausen, who was, no one wanted him at the Tigers. Jerome Hughes was at the Titans and the Cowboys and they didn't want him, and now he's like, to be able to do those things, tactics aside, where obviously he's good tactically as well, or he's like cultivated a team that's good, like a coaching staff that's good tactically, but like if you're able to turn those players into the players they are, that's coaching.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that absolutely best player developer. My not argument, but I just think that the emphasis isn't shown enough on Robinson. It's not as I'm not saying you're saying it's as easy, but it's not as easy as it looks to coach a bunch of elite players to the best of their ability. I think that extra 1% sometimes can be harder than people think. What do you got there, Matt?
More breaking news, not as good. Jamal Fogarty out for 4 months.
Oh. Wow, Raider. I mean, Ricky.
Fucking coughing it up the arse again. Oh no.
Knee injury requires surgery.
4 months.
Oh, Ricky's bum
Oh,
hole.
that's 12. What's that? 16 weeks. Oh.
Prayers for Ricky's bumhole.
Yeah, prayers up. Get that
Thoughts
schnitty.
and prayers.
Get
Get
that
the
schnitty
schnitty
lube
lube
on a
down.
plane.
We'll have to, dude.
We're gonna have to put that in the air. We can't have that on a truck.
We'll truck it down the Hume.
I just don't know if that's quick enough. I think we need to get it there today, like in the next hour.
Use the T1, I think. Tommy, he's a good bloke.
He's not going to want to help out another club.
But he's that good of a bloke, I think he might, because he still thinks he can
He
beat
would
him.
if we asked.
That's true. If we asked,
Get him on the T1.
He's
Man,
gonna be
that is
red
devastating
roll.
news for Canberra. That is devastating. Right? Like, Fogarty was the perfect 7 for Wyden. Now, the positive is they've got a young guy called Schneider. I think he's Schneider. Wears a headgear. He's more of a 6. So I wonder whether they're going to put him in that 7 role to work with
bring back Sam Williams.
Sammy Williams. They got obviously Sammy
Fucking
Williams.
Sammy Williams.
I mean,
the one guy who jerseys don't seem to fit.
mate.
No jersey in the NRL fits Sam Williams. I love it.
Yeah.
He likes them loose, bro.
He likes a loose jersey. Get
Likes
him in
them
there.
loose. I respect that.
Yeah. He's old school.
He's old school.
That's-
Really
that's-
old school.
that
He wants to play in a
is-
collar. They won't let him.
That's so fucked though for the Raiders.
Oh, I feel so sorry for him. And Fogarty, goes down there, finally, gets out of the Gold Coast system where they weren't going to give him a crack, gets this new lease of life, plays really well in the trials. That sucks, man. Poor bloke.
Where have you got him this year? The
Without
Canberra
Fogarty,
Raiders.
oh man. With Fogarty, I was like, man, they're looking good. To be honest, it all rests on Schneider. I think Schneider is the guy that they'll probably bring in. Maybe they'll bring in Sam Williams, but I think long term, probably Schneider. But now that changes a lot. Wow. Swift recovery, Fogarty, that sucks. And Raiders, Ricky, you might bash for the boys just to get over this.
No, I think he might have to.
Yeah, get the boys over.
Get the boys around.
Get him in the
flog 'em
ring.
all. Fight Club in his office.
Yeah.
Now we move forward.
Yeah.
We move forward, boys.
He needs to take it out on someone.
Now, the Tigers reportedly interested in Britton Nikora. This came out of nowhere. Britton Nikora is looking at, actually, if you want a smoky for Dally M back row of the year, Britton Nikora is your man.
I like Britton.
Nico Hines, killing it at 7. Fuck, he played well the other day. And I understand it was just the Bulldogs. I understand it was just a trial. But Britton Nikora, when he came through, was one of the best hole runners in the comp. He's a smoky for me. He's a smoky, playing really well. Interesting. So maybe they have some money freed up from Leilua moving on. Him and Papali'i would be quite interesting on the edges together.
Do we not expect the Tigers to be interested in anyone who's good? No disrespect.
What's
or not good.
For this to come out, I'd assume
Anyone.
it must be contract time for Nikora, and maybe his manager's putting it out there to try to get the Sharks.
That must be so annoying being the Tigers, and every time like you see a good player contract up, it's like you're just being used as a pawn.
Or even like they actually are interested in, like, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone, please. And the
then
next
goes
day
to the club.
manager,
Yeah.
and it's like, God damn it, they got us again.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, he's off contract at him.
Yeah, okay, so probably manager leaking it.
There you go. Tigers are interested. Tigers are interested. But Tim Sheens has been doing better work, so maybe he can manage this a little bit better than his predecessors.
Unless they can blow him out of the water with money, I guess, like, which is always a possibility.
You know, they've made some signings, so it's not like it's not all doom and gloom.
No.
Yeah, Tigers actually, I thought they played one of their better games on the weekend. So, yeah, interesting. I mean, I think he'll stay at the Sharks, but in saying that, the Sharks have a stacked back line.
Oh, yeah.
Back rowers. Very interesting. But, yeah, my tip, Smokey. It's a Smokey, so it's a long shot. But Britton Nikora maybe
Wonder what he's
sneaks into
paying.
back row.
Or you can't bet on that anymore, can you?
Oh, because of that fuckwit. Fuck. Jesus. Wade Graham could miss up
Many
to a month.
times we say that.
I know.
Yeah. Till the end of time, I think we'll forget it.
Yeah.
We'll go, oh, yeah, bet on this. And they'll go, oh, that fuck with. Wade Graham could miss up to a month with syndesmosis. Far
He's
out.
unlucky with injury, eh?
He cannot
Jesus
catch
Christ.
a break. And this is one of those injuries where, like, you can't help it. Nothing you can do to stop that. It's not like a soft tissue injury or it's someone rolling on your ankle.
He's been really injured the last,
Couple of
We
years.
had the head knocks from that.
2
Yeah.
years.
Head knocks,
as
knee,
well.
ACL.
Yeah.
Far out. Poor
He's a
bloke.
fucking warrior, Wade.
He's tough.
Big
as
fan of
anything.
his work.
Mate, how good was him? Prime Graham seen him absolutely flatline blokes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Prime Wade.
Delicious hands as well.
Hands,
Oh,
could kick.
Could kick
Can
too.
kick.
He won.
Can and will.
He won
Can
you the
and will.
game 2, 2019, I think, over in Perth.
Yep.
And he jumped in at 6. He was great.
Yeah, he's hot.
He was hot.
So hopefully swift recovery for Graham. Cooper Johns for the Storm to miss 4 to 6 weeks.
What did he do? Shoulder?
Shoulder.
When
jammed up.
like, what's his chances? Like, he's not going to be like a utility or anything for them this year. Is he still very much like a backup to?
I'm pretty sure Munster misses the first round.
Right. Okay.
And so this is an example of, like, Cheese gets off, but Munster has to continue serving his suspension. But yeah, Munster misses the first round, so I think Cooper Johns was going to get that crack.
Yeah.
And I know it's only one round, but with a team as stacked as the Storm, if you just get one crack, that's worth everything. So that sucks for Cooper Johns because he was looking all right.
Do you reckon he would get picked up somewhere else? Like, no, he's still young.
He doesn't seem to have had enough time to really show.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's
but
what
it's
was
hard in that
system.
That's the thing, right? That's
But
the
he
thing
also
is-
learning is in that system.
Exactly. I'm not sure. Can you check how old Cooper Johns is? I think he's like 22, 23.
I was going to say 23.
Yeah, really interesting. Really interesting to see if he gets picked up by someone else. Because, like, when you look at it long term, is he going to displace a Munster or
22.
22? So he's still young. Still young as.
Got a lot of time.
It's kind of smart. And you know what? I'm sure Matty Johns probably, like, sent him down there, like, mate, just go learn. Like, you've got plenty of time to, and also
Make it.
you've got a career in media
as soon
so,
as you want.
Yeah, as soon as you want. So don't stress about that.
There's money there, bro.
Yeah,
You need it.
yeah. You're going to be. You'll be right, mate.
You'll be
right.
fine. You're absolutely fine.
But yeah, Devo for Cooper because he had an opportunity to get a couple games in. Now on to the UFC. The preview of Covington versus Masvidal. Is that this week?
Yep.
This Sunday.
I am so keen for this fight. The only problem is I think Covington absolutely
Yeah.
smashes him.
Same.
Just wrestles him and dominates him. On
It'll
the
be
ground.
disappointing if he just wrestles him, but I completely. It's obviously it's just about you want to win, so I get
Yeah,
it.
but also, like, fucking go toe to toe.
Because he can, he's got hands. Like
He's got hands.
But
He can bang.
Masvidal's slick.
Yes.
Like Kobe got outstruck by another wrestler, which is Usman.
Yes.
So his hands aren't that good.
But Usman fucking
is a
put
beast.
Masvidal.
That's
out.
a fair point. That's a fair point.
Usman's hands are
Usman
a lot
hands are
better.
actually
Yeah.
pretty good. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. It'll just be interesting how the fight goes. The bad blood is so hectic.
Usman putting Masvidal out like that was so shocking to me.
It's the only time he's ever been KO'd as well.
And completely KO'd.
Knock out of the.
I almost felt he wasn't taking
that.
his stand up seriously. Well, he wasn't. Before the fight, he was like, "You're a terrible stand up,"
Yeah.
and then Usman just went, "Okay,
Dude.
bro."
And everything about that, the way the sweat blew off his head, and then just the way he like fell on himself, and it was just like
that was wild.
That was savage.
I thought
when the sweat's coming off you like that, you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's
bro.
some real shit.
and the angle they got for the light to be coming through.
It was
They know what they're
perfect.
doing. They know what they're doing.
Like, I know it's a brutal sport, but like that was beautiful.
It was
It
art.
just looked so.
What was your reaction the
Bizarre.
first time you saw UFC? Were you like, "This is too brutal"?
Yeah, when they were out getting hit on the ground.
That to me,
when
that
they're
was like
getting hammer
fisted on the ground.
when they're out cold, I still don't feel comfortable.
No,
with that.
like
I'm still like,
I'm desensitized now.
I am,
But
but
at the start-
Ngannou to Stipe
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, oh,
Or Connor to Aldo.
Aldo, and there's.
you're like, oh.
And some of them get left to go way too long. Where it's like,
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
they're out, stop. Or
Did
getting
he
like
die?
arms broken and shit.
he
I can't
dies,
watch
he
that.
dies.
I can't watch the snapping of arms.
Oh, that is hectic. That is hectic. Apparently, so Khabib, when he fought Gaethje, I think Gaethje's parents were there.
Yeah.
And he said, like, I could have got him in armbar, but I didn't want to break his arm in front of his
Parents, so I just
so I
choked
just
him.
choked him out.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
That's ice cold.
wild.
Beast.
That's why it's like I like when Bam Bam like the elbow and he just like the walk off knockout.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I could jump on, but
Yeah.
that
He knew.
fucker's
That's
out
all
now.
class.
As soon as he just folded over.
Mark
and
Hunt
fell
used to do
down.
the same
Yeah.
thing.
That's all class,
He
though.
just fucking
Walk
smash
off
cunts and
KO.
just walk off.
You know, like everyone thinks, oh, Western Sydney, this, that.
walk-off
He's
king.
the classiest guy there is.
Yeah, but it's classy, but it's also like thug. You're like, oh, that is so
It's thug.
badass.
It's
It's
alpha.
alpha. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like I don't even need to bother with you.
Yeah,
bro.
you are out. All right, I got him.
You're living that life if you do
Yeah.
something like that. You're all about it. Whatever
You know.
it is. What do you think it is when someone says I'm all about
Well,
it?
mate, we're not about it, so we don't know. You know,
true.
It's hard.
It's like if you know kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if ever I say
It's
I'm-
like if
I'm
I
about
see
it-
that on the post, if you know, you know, and I go, well, I don't know.
Well, that's saying that's saying
So I
is
just
actually
have
like
to
a
move on.
paradox though. That saying's like a paradox though, because like if you know, then I already know. You didn't need to say it. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like doesn't make sense.
Don't, well, you don't need to say it. But
No, but they are. What they're saying is some of you aren't going to get it.
But then you don't know. So it's like I don't know anyway. It's an unknown unknown. Whereas
Yeah, but
that's
you're
a known
making
unknown.
the point of letting the people who aren't in the know.
So you reckon-
You're informing them that they don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're almost like belittling them.
Yeah.
Being like you're not in the
So
joke.
you've
bro.
taken them from, because there's two different types, or there's a few different
Blissful
types of knowns.
ignorance
You've
to-
taken them from an unknown, so you don't know what you don't know, to a known unknown, which just means there's something you know, but you don't know what it is.
And that's a worse place to be in. So it's kind of alpha.
If you say, if you know, you're almost a philosopher of the modern day.
But you're also in someone's head. You're fucking with people.
You're fucking with them. Wow.
It's like whispering with someone. If me and Tom started whispering, you're like, what the fuck are you whispering about? And it just gets into you.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
like, you
okay.
want to know so much.
Okay.
That's what
But you're not gonna
that's
know.
what if you know is.
Ah, okay.
It's like an online whisper.
Started in Chinese whisper, you reckon?
There's some
you
say.
know, bro.
I used to play that game a lot.
So Ben Askren,
Ooh,
he has a fight coming up with Jorge. How do you see that fight going?
Oh, you said his name backwards. You said it wrong. It's Ben Ass Cream.
Is that really it?
Yeah, that's the 37-year-old Napoleon Dynamite-looking virgin. That's the one who used science and test tubes these days to get kids, because he's a virgin still.
But he has kids.
Look at the
Yeah,
schmuck's face.
exactly, science.
Did Donald give you any career advice? Did he give you any sort of parting words that are going to stay with you forever as you enter this next chapter in your life?
Yeah, he told me to keep melting those CNN fake news soy boys.
Stop it. He didn't say that.
Yes, he did. Then he's embarrassing
Ariel's
himself.
great.
We spoke
Team
to
it
Nicole
up.
Pennington on Saturday. She said that she didn't really enjoy the experience being next to you at the press conference. I don't know if you saw those comments.
Yeah, I mean, but why did she not enjoy the experience? Did she not enjoy it because of my words, or did she not do it because her wife used to sweat me at American Top Team? There's a reason Tisha Torres left American Top Team, Mario. She used to sweat me. She was all googly-eyed over me. Honestly, I'm pretty sure Ricky Pendleton walked in on Tisha, and she was sweating me from Instagram, and now she's mad at me. I mean, look at this. Twisted Steel and American Sex Appeal, baby.
Oh my God.
Twisted Steel.
At the end of the day, I only take 7s and up, so.
Bro.
That is fucked.
Did you see the thing he sent recently where he was like, I'm a cardio king, I've got 2 lungs?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
like,
One of the the great bed shits. That's one of the great bed shits.
One of the great
You
bed
got
shits.
2 guns. Okay.
Colby, he says some shit that is way too fucked up, but I've flipped on him. I like it. I enjoy it. Outside of the like messed up stuff, obviously, but like
when he says the fucked up shit, not a fan at all. I mean, not a fan. I'm not a fan of him, but I can laugh at him, like the way he's shamelessly willing to do anything for money.
As similar, it's like life is easier when you choose to enjoy this shit for what it is, which is the entertainment value of it, rather than just being like letting it boil your piss.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
He has no integrity.
It's all an act.
This guy has no integrity. He will do anything and say anything for a bit of cash.
It's an act.
Yeah.
They're acting.
Yeah.
Not well either. He's like a
not
porn
well,
actor.
Not well. Yeah.
He's
it's
a
like
porn
it's
actor.
it looks like the fucking intro card to a porno.
But who have you got in this fight, boys?
Colby, but I wouldn't be surprised if Masvidal finds a way.
Yeah, I got Colby as well.
I probably want Masvidal to win, but I think Covington absolutely dominates it.
Is Masvidal's like little run over?
Yeah, and also it wasn't
his head taken off. Like,
It was a hype run.
It wasn't a lucky run. I don't want to disrespect it, but it was like against certain people that.
I said little, not lucky. Like
Yeah, for sure. But you know when
He
you go
got
on that
Till,
run,
Till everyone thought was hectic and just has sort of not turned out to be. Then it was
Ben Askren's knee.
Ben Askren, the knee, but also Ben Askren never really did that much in the UFC. He's just a wrestler.
but it was the manner in which it
Then
happened.
he did the
everything.
BMF belt against
that's
Nate,
Diaz.
and
Now-
Diaz, who's never fucking. He's like amazingly tough, but he's not really.
he's not a top tier fighter.
And I watched that fight again the other day, the Diaz one. He fucked him up. But Diaz falls into a kick to the face in the first round and just doesn't go out. You're like, well, okay, this guy's a cyborg.
Talk about a bloke that's given his body to the game, Nate Diaz.
Seriously.
Oh, fuck.
and his mind.
And then it was Kamaru back to back, and he lost both of those.
Yeah.
The first one was boring.
And that's
the second
what
one
I
he
mean.
got flattened.
Like I was all aboard the Masvidal 3-piece feed and a soda. I love that shit. But when you look at the people he's actually fought, he wasn't really at the level that we thought he was. And who knows? Maybe it's just because Usman and Colby are just the tippity top, and they are. Like there's a big gap between Colby, Usman, and the rest of the division.
In fairness, he has only lost to the champion twice.
for sure.
So it's not like he's not good, but it's just not.
He's just not top championship level, and I don't think he's ever been championship level fighter.
But he's a great
striker.
personality, and it's like that Askren knockout is just one of the all-time greats.
So wild. That hammer fist, I was like, ugh, that's too much.
that was a heap.
bruh.
And he was like, was it necessary for you to hammer fist him when he was already knocked out? And he's like, it was super
And
necessary.
then his celebration afterwards. I was like,
where he goes and lays stiff next to it.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, that's so cold.
But all
bro.
of that stuff played into the Masvidal hype.
Yeah.
Like all that shit was so internet. Like that was internet porn.
Is
you know? And
Askren
everyone's
like-
oh my god.
Up there with top tier Magoos.
Yes. Yeah.
And for bloke listeners, could you describe what is a Magoo?
Look, there's a spectrum of Magoo. Like there's Magoos that are hard to deal. Like you find almost like really annoying. Eddie and I personally find someone like The Rock to be on the more annoying end of Magoo. He's disingenuous, and we're not going to get into it, but just like The Rock's Magoo. But then you can have like a friendly, lovable Magoo. Like Steve Smith's a bit Magoo, but he's like
Yeah, he's like a happy-go-lucky.
Happy-go-lucky
He just
Magoo,
all he
plunders
wants,
runs.
you know, that like his wife puts up videos of him testing his new bats at 3 a.m, and like, you know, that's just a bit Magoo.
what?
Bro, Manu Vadavai just got jailed for 3 years over role in drug syndicate. Did you get that news as well?
Yeah, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
wanna say
Wow.
Yeah,
Far
3 years
out.
ain't that bad.
I
thought it was. I thought he was looking at like even longer.
Yeah, he was looking at way longer.
That might be the first instance of a NRL, like one of those group text messages that go around being correct.
Being actually right, yeah.
That went around ages ago.
Like, I just feel like, obviously I understand he did the wrong thing and, you know, people's lives get affected by that. But I know I played with Manu.
Yeah.
Man, I just feel
It's
like,
it's tough, man. Like it's a sad outcome, especially for someone who's a much loved and respected
but like
player in
as
the
a
game.
person, he was such a good guy, like a good bloke. And I want to be clear, like I understand that the traffic drugs that he was trafficking ruined lives. I'm not discounting that. I'm just talking about my personal experience with Manu.
Yeah.
Like he was such a legend. Like
There is
such a nice bloke.
there are two truths that can exist in this situation where Manu's still a great human being who's done a fucking bad thing, right? And unfortunately, you gotta
Just sad, man.
pay for
So
it.
sad. Far out.
3 years.
He was like a big gentle giant. Like
Mate, some people find themselves in fucking bad
Fucked up
situations.
Far out, man.
through bad circumstance.
Hopefully, hopefully he pulls through it. Fuck, that sucks, man. We haven't asked you though, but did you get a chance to watch the Broncos trial match or no?
Glanced at it.
Okay, so actually, I'll ask you this because you wouldn't know about the half situation with Broncos. You wouldn't.
Well, I
'cause you
know
haven't
that
watched enough?
I know that it's like a Tyson Gamble.
But as in, have you watched enough to have an
Walters.
opinion on who you would have as 6? Not really.
No.
Okay. Would you? We'll go to Manly then because did you watch those trials?
Yes.
Manly. Would you?
I didn't watch the weekends. I was away wedding, but I watched the one before.
Well, you got invited to a wedding.
He's at a wedding every
I've
other
had
weekend.
back-to-back weekends.
Wow.
People have caught wind of
The disrespect
the
you've been
disrespect I've been receiving most of my life, and the fucking invites are rolling in.
receiving. Really?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Even like random blokes like, mate, come to my
People I
wedding.
don't know. They're like, come on, bro.
Mate.
And I've been saddling up.
Let us know in the comment section if you would invite
Get Eddie to your wedding.
Eddie to your wedding.
I'm a lot of fun.
I can see
lot
that.
of fun.
I can see that.
He'll MC it.
No, I won't.
I've been quite a few people ask me to MC stuff. I'm like, that's a whole kettle of fish that I'm just not ready
a
to
whole thing,
indulge
dude.
in.
Nah.
Like MCing, like saying like jokes and like trying to get the crowd involved. That's like stand-up comedian shit. I'm not about that.
It's a lot of
just a
well,
bloke
Eddie's
talking about
Mr. MC at the weddings. He's been like, you've MC'd like 100.
Have you MC'd weddings? So you're
I've
about that
MC'd
life.
one. You've MC'd like 50.
Not
So
quite.
you're about that life. You're about it. You
I
know what it's
prefer
like.
not to do it though, because it's better just to go there and get pissed all day. And
Yeah,
like,
and just rip and
and be
tear.
your own person, be your own man.
Yeah.
But you know, if
You're a
it's
man of the people.
if it's a good friend, I'd do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So have you ever been blind? Not accidentally, because you don't get blind accidentally, but
No.
So you're professional.
Yeah.
You're a professional.
Yep.
What's been the best sit where you've gone, I killed it there, I could be a stand-up comedian?
What joke I've told?
Where you've gone like, I'm just fucking.
Or
in
is it
the
like a
mood
particular
here.
wedding where you're like,
Yeah, you just like killed it.
flow stage?
It's how you say it as opposed to like, I'm not a like fucking joke guy.
So you're not
I'm
like,
oh, how, what did the, yeah.
You're a delivery guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a delivery guy.
You're a dribble. Dribble is all about like
Yeah.
flow and vibe. It's not about.
I could
punchlines.
never do stand-up, bro. No way.
Yeah, stand-up is
Fuck that.
Bro,
hectic.
the idea of doing that just gives me anxiety.
We did it once. It wasn't even stand-up. What was that? It wasn't stand-up.
At Manly?
It was like
the Manly thing.
no, the comedy store thing.
Oh yeah, no, but that was the live show. That was a live show, and we just did it. We opened for the great
it was
cricketer.
prepared. Like you needed.
Yeah,
It was a
like-
presentation.
it was a
yeah,
skit.
sort of. But it was.
Never
it was
works
all right.
like I don't. That vibe for me.
was all right.
No,
but
no, we
it
got
was-
good. We got good. Like it worked.
We
but,
got laughs.
but
So you
it
didn't get
was no. Thank fuck.
That didn't cross my mind till afterwards. And Tom
Whereas it was in my head the
he
whole
thought
time
we
I was
were
going to
bomb,
imagine.
and
Fuck, I was like,
wait, what?
I didn't think we were going to bomb, but I was concerned about
confidence.
bombing.
No confidence in your partner.
No, just you think about the worst case scenario. What's the worst case scenario? Bombing. And that was like what I was thinking about. But we didn't bomb. We were good. But don't love it.
Wow. So let's say you found out that you're actually good as a stand-up comedian. Would you consider it? Because you're obviously intelligent enough and funny enough to do it.
I don't think the juice was worth this. I like doing what we do, where it's like you just get to talk shit and dribble.
There's a lot of money though. And if you like tour as a comedian, whew, and you could sell out like places.
I wouldn't though. I wouldn't sell that shit.
I disagree. I think. Look,
I
punters.
might
and
the first show at
They wouldn't come back.
the double R.
Mate, I disagree.
Nah.
Wait till you see the turnout for the live show.
Yeah, but that's not stand-up comedy. That's dribble and yarn.
That's completely different
But stand-up
thing.
comedy is a bit of dribble and yarn, surely. That
See,
could be your style. That
the
could be your
reason
style.
the reason the thing worked that we did that with the Great Creators, like we took people through like sporting scandals, and we had like a presentation we were talking through. So like I don't mind having that sort of a thing, but again, stand-up comedy is just I'm not up there being like, so I was on the bus the other day.
Yeah. I think.
And
That was it.
That was
that
it.
was a joke.
That's why you shouldn't be.
No, it's not for me.
That's
As
why
you can
shouldn't
tell.
be.
Don't put me into that.
Who's your greatest ever comedian of all time?
Chappelle's probably
Yeah,
an
Gotta
easy
be Chappelle.
answer,
Chappelle, yeah.
Chappelle is the GOAT, period, point blank.
Bill Burr's really
none.
good.
You know who I don't find funny one fucking bit? Maybe his first special or two, but now it's like, great bloke, not funny at all. Kevin Hart.
I
Yeah.
haven't watched a whole heap of his specials.
Kevin's
to be
not
honest.
super funny. Like he's funny,
He's
but
the biggest
not,
comedian in the world.
Yeah, I know, but he's like
He is-
Yeah, he
Tell
is.
you who
no,
isn't
no, no,
funny?
no.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, his stand-up is
His stand-up
bad.
isn't good.
His stand-up is bad. His
He's
podcast's
like
really
one of
good.
the biggest comedians in the world. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but that's.
I think that might be
there's-
like American humor as well. Like he's got like there's a
I don't
demographic.
get
Nah, like he's,
don't get it either.
I think his most recent special was the best of them, but it's still not like, oh, this is. I wouldn't watch it. Theo Vaughan's really funny.
Theo Vaughan's really
who
funny.
I've just got onto,
I know,
and I'm
he
loving
never
it.
knew
he's
Theo
a
Vaughan
gun.
exists.
Theo Vaughan. Chris D'Elia's,
Find him hilarious.
Chris D'Elia's specials are shit. His podcast is funny.
100% agree.
Yeah,
100%
his specials
agree.
dog shit.
I don't
When
find
he
his
come out,
comedy
I was
good
like,
at all.
What is this? You're the fun. Like just you talking on a podcast is
It's
hilarious.
fucking hilarious, but your stand-up's
Your
not
stand-up
it.
is
Do you like
dog
Ricky
shit.
Gervais?
Oh,
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais,
He's a
bro.
goat. He's a
His
goat.
stand-ups
He's a
are
goat. Ricky
fucking
Gervais is
Have you watched
hilarious.
Afterlife?
No,
Yeah.
I have seen the
It's
first
good.
season.
It's fucking good.
It's good.
fucking
It's
good.
quite poignant.
That's why I've been saying I'm in a headspace
it's
in my
done
life. I just
well.
need like
It's- no, but it's good, trust me.
But he pads it well with like these funny characters
It's like
that make you
dark
laugh.
humor, like
Yeah.
real dark.
It's
Trust
fucking
me,
well
it's
done.
good. You
I
got to
love
watch
the
it.
first season. I did see the first.
You got to
season.
watch it. Ricky Gervais's comedy, his stand-up, is it like Jesus one or whatever? What was the recent one?
He's done Humanity. He's done Animals. He's done-
Humanity one. That was fucking hilarious.
His
His
they're all fucking
speeches,
funny.
oh my god, the Golden Globe or Oscar speech.
Oh yeah, I go back and
That
watch
last one he did was fucking hilarious.
That's the greatest-
They all get so offended. I'm
Yeah.
like, you guys don't understand.
And he made some joke about Epstein, where it's like, and just like Epstein, he didn't kill himself, whatever. And then they're like, oh, and they're like, he's like, shut up, he was your friend.
And it's like he's so smart because it's like these hidden truths in the joke.
Yeah.
And it's like he's going to say like, you guys all looked at like all of a sudden you're not friends with Epstein. It's like for many years the same with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
You're all buddy, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no.
And then his thing was like, he was talking about them all like being sort of like, you know, suckers for like a cause. And he's like, if Al Qaeda started a fucking film studio, you'd have your agents fucking on the phone to him in like the next day.
That was one of the greatest. Like, I've watched that numerous times.
Yeah, same. I go back and watch it all the time.
Smashes
How
them.
many did he end up doing? 4 or 5?
4 or 5, yeah. I love a beer as much as the next bloke, unless the next guy's Mel Gibson.
In the fact that when he walks up on that last one and he goes, I'm never getting done. Guys, trust me, I'm never going to get a gig here again.
Yeah.
And then he just absolutely
Pizzles them.
pizzles them. And the guys that like are getting offended, like, are
That's
you
my point.
serious?
I'm like, chill the fuck out.
Like, you know that he's coming up to pizzle you. And like, how up your own arse are you? You're a celebrity.
But they
You've gotta
are. That's
like
why
that.
he.
Who's the dude who's Iron
loves
Man?
it.
He got butthurt about it.
Robert Downey Jr.
He was like, yeah, the general tone of the evening has been mean-spirited and da-da-da. And I'm like, now either you were trying to be funny and you're
Yeah.
not, or you are a soft cock.
But it's like, bro, you've got such a good life. Because Ricky Gervais represents the average bloke and blokeette. Allow them to take out the piss out of you because you have such a good life, you fucking idiot.
And also it's funny.
It's funny
roasting's
as.
funny.
And there's like kernels of truth just being shoveled in. That's
Yeah.
why it stings you so much,
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
it?
it.
That's why it stings them because
Yeah.
they know it's true and they're like, it's etched.
They
for
can't
them.
handle it.
And they know there's cameras on them and they're like trying to.
That's why Johnny
act
Depp was cool
relaxed.
because he hammered Johnny Depp one year about the movie The Tourist with him and Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
But then Johnny Depp came on his show, like,
Yeah, that's mad.
Like what I don't know which one of the fucking shows he did, but and like you know, he copped it.
Yeah.
But you see the ones that don't cop it, losers.
I like the ones that like try to pretend to cop it, but you can see they're stinging in their
Yeah,
eyes.
that's the best.
You're like,
Yeah.
Don't
And
be
you're
fake.
Like,
Nah.
"Whoa, that's
You know
a
what?"
fake face you got on, bro.
Yeah.
That's exactly why you're copping it, because you are so fake. Either
Yeah.
be angry or be happy.
Yeah.
Don't pretend to be happy because you're scared that you won't get the good public reaction that
Or
you want.
like be
Because
like,
you are angry.
Yeah.
You're pretending to be happy.
Or be
but you're
cut.
not.
Like you can be cut, but sort of laugh. Like when someone gets you and you cut, I think you got to be able to laugh at those
Yeah,
things.
100%.
It's not like you have to be happy that you're getting absolutely torn to shit, but like have a laugh.
I honestly reckon like I would respect a person more if they were like, nah, fuck him, didn't like it. Rather than this like, ha 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 ha. I would rather them go, nah, fuck it, didn't like it. That whole fake, that whole pretend thing, and then
But
they
then
go.
we are also saying that if you can't cop it, like if you're getting salty about it and going, fuck him, I don't like it, then you're also a bit of a pussy who can't take a
But
joke.
that's the thing though. They don't come out in interviews and go, no, it was shit, didn't like it. They don't say it. You can tell they're pissed off. And that
Yeah.
fakeness is part of the reason why they're getting pizzled. I reckon Ricky Gervais would absolutely respect a person that was like, nah, didn't like it, fuck him.
Yeah, sure.
Rather than the whole.
But you
looked
should be able to
angry
cop it.
And 100% you should be able to cop it. But what I'm saying is I think that middle ground is probably worse, of like pretending that you didn't, that you liked it, but then you go to your friends and bag the fuck out of him and
Sure.
complain and whinge, get the manager out after it, all that kind of shit. But yeah, who would you rather go see, Dave Chappelle or Ricky Gervais?
Oh, fuck, man. I think Ricky Gervais's humour might be more.
I think I'd laugh out loud more at Ricky.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like
love Chappelle.
Dave's
I love
latest stuff
Chappelle.
is a little political, maybe. Like a little bit like
I
more
like Chappelle.
social commentary, whereas
Chappelle's great. I'd be happy with both, but I think that I have engaged with Ricky Gervais content more over my life. Like Chappelle's show was fucking awesome, but then there wasn't much, and it was just sort of his stand-up specials. Whereas Ricky Gervais' first podcast I listened to was his podcast. Watched all his shows, Extras, The Office, and then all of his specials, his movies and shit. I think I'd probably
Go Gervais?
Fuck Gervais more.
I'd go Chappelle. I just think he's an icon. I think he's unbelievable. The way he sets a joke up and you think you're about to go down this path and then you just go, boom, takes you down. You just like get hit in the head with like, oh shit.
Chappelle's specials are more iconic. Like his early ones were fucking crazy.
But that's what I like about Chappelle is like, he's talking about fucking serious as issues.
Yeah.
But it's funny and
it's crazy.
I don't know how he does it.
He's an amazing storyteller.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest orators of our time, in my opinion. Maybe of all time.
They booked him in for 4 more.
Yeah, I know.
Have they?
People didn't like, yeah.
Dude, crazy.
That's
crazy.
I like
They're
Netflix.
totally like, nah, bro.
Oh
Yeah, you're sticking around.
If anyone reckons businesses aren't about money,
Yeah.
it's all about money. Whatever's going to get them the most money, that's what they're doing.
That's you.
They booked him for 4 more. Love that.
4 more too.
I wonder what's the contract's worth? Because he was getting 20 mil a special, wasn't he?
I think the money's probably might
Going
be
up.
more.
Yeah.
Well, think about the exposure that's and in this current climate of all these different streaming services, obviously Netflix is still the big dick in the room, but that just put them on a whole nother level. But also like them backing him is also showing like, we're all about good content. We're not going to allow certain people to say what we can and can't have on.
But the reality is, if it wasn't making them money, they would, because it's just the way they are. If it wasn't
100%.
making money, they'd happily come and be like, it's not inclusive and representative of our values.
Yeah, it's all about money,
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Gervais, he's a gun. Who else is a... Theo Vaughn is fucking funny. Chris
funny
D'Elia's
as
probably
fuck.
more my cup of tea, but Theo Vaughn...
I think Theo's stand-up's better than D'Elia's.
Yeah.
D'Elia's podcast better than Theo's.
Yeah, Theo's... I just love how witty he is. Like, he just...
He just makes
Love how
up
he
stories on the spot.
just these stories he talks about from back in his hometown and
Yeah.
shit.
He just lies. Like, he just
I can't
makes
wait if
these
he's
things up.
lying. He has to be lying.
No, he's lying. 100%.
You're going to run out of stories eventually. He's been doing podcasts for years now.
Yeah.
You know who I used to love at the start, but not despise, but cannot stand now is Brendan Schaub, man. Like,
It's gone a bit, hasn't it?
Mate,
The Fighter and the
'cause-
Kid's shit now.
well, The Fighter and the Kid back in the day for me was like one of my favourite podcasts.
Same.
And then Brendan Schaub just kept putting shit on Brian Callen. I really like Brian
Same,
Callen.
he never lets Callan speak.
And it's like, bro, Brian Callen's the reason you're here. Like, without his guidance, you're not funny.
When did Brian get uncancelled?
About a year ago?
Yeah, about a year ago. But that's also the problem as well, is that it's Brendan and Brian and fucking Chappelle
random.
Lacey and like there's a million producers who
Yeah.
are talking all the time. Like when it was just the two of them, it was fucking great.
It's great. What I find interesting about Brendan Schaub is like, he's not good at any of it. Like, he's not a good talker. His takes are fucking dog shit when it comes to UFC fighting. And yet he's still super successful.
He used to be good. I think it's changed.
You reckon he used to be?
But again, good in the sense that his takes weren't necessarily great, but him and Callan worked very well together.
yeah,
and
they
they were
do work
funny
together.
and they bounced off each other.
for sure.
He got to a point where he seems to be like good with business and that side of things. So he was able to make the business make money and find different ways where it's like, then he partnered up with Theo Vaughn for a podcast and
Yeah.
but he just doesn't seem to have a lot of self-awareness. But again, the guy's killing it. So
That's what I mean.
He's still successful, but
he's not funny. He's not he doesn't give good in-depth analysis on anything.
He used to be funny.
He's like rude to people. But that was like 3 years ago.
I know.
And
That's
he's
the
still
thing.
killing it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't have much talent and we're going all right. So.
But I guess that wasn't me agreeing with you having no talent. I disagree with that. But I guess once you get to a point where you've got a big enough audience,
you can it's
you need
self-fulfilling
a
prophecy.
slice of it to be successful.
I always
Stand-up
like
sucks.
one thing I have learned is like, if you're just putting out content consistently, there's some people that will engage with it even if they don't like you because it's just content and there's nothing else out there, or it becomes routine part of their life. Like if they know it's coming, then they'll just watch it, even though they don't find you the funniest. There might be a guy that they find funnier, but he's not consistent. So it's very hard for them to integrate them into their lives.
Like you know what else? The Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz. I don't like that at all. I can't stand it. But his special he put out, that was like the COVID special.
Yeah.
That was basically all sat down in front of a camera.
Yeah.
That was fucking amazing. And he was putting him out during COVID as little clips, and he turned it into a special.
That made
shit
him
was
blow up,
hilarious.
yeah.
But I can't. I think his podcast is.
Really?
But again, I'll still like check it out sometimes.
Yeah, I'm
like
the
hear his
same.
take on things. But I'm like, it to me just.
I like he's the partner better than Schultz. Schultz for me, his comedy is not funny, but his partner, I forgot.
Akash.
Yeah, I actually think he's kind of funny.
I haven't heard his stand up.
And you're right though. Like I don't enjoy their podcast that much, but they talk about the big topics consistently. So whenever it comes up, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is interesting that it's all just about work hard.
But I
honestly.
prefer Schultz with Charlemagne the God because I feel like that's almost something where like you have someone to keep him in his place a little bit.
Schultz, yeah, okay. He's the big dog, Charlemagne, to a degree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but so there's a bit more like, it's similar to the Sharb thing where Sharb just is sort of overwhelms everyone.
Yeah.
So like, whereas Sharb with Rogan,
It's like Warney on Fox.
yeah. But then Sharb with Rogan, I enjoy Sharb then because he
He's
has
chill.
to keep his shit together a little bit more.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Again, it's people are probably going, "Who the fuck are you?"
Who are
bro?"
these? Who-
Yeah.
Look, it's at the end of the podcast. If you've come this far,
Yeah.
you've come this far.
Yeah, you've
Well,
come this far.
fucking hats off to you. There wouldn't be many left.
Is there anything? So when are they going on sale, boys?
They will be sold at the Dee Why Hotel next Thursday, whatever.
Exclusively, or are you going to put them up on
No,
the
they will be there to start with.
Okay.
And then they'll
if
probably sell out.
They'll probably sell out, but if they don't, they'll go online.
Okay, so that's another reason to get down there because if they sell out at the live event,
There
you
won't
will
be
not-
any more.
There
No,
won't be any more.
there won't be any more.
Won't be any more.
It's
So-
just a very limited thing. We're not doing. It's just a nice little.
It's just a bit of a like.
it's a nod.
We're just. It's our way of kicking off Manly's 2020 Premiership year.
Yeah.
It's your way of celebrating Manly, really.
Yeah.
And our 2020 Premiership year.
So yeah, we're really excited about this event, guys. Dee Why Hotel starts off around 6:30 p.m. So be there before 6:30, and there'll be a lot of dribble and yarn. There'll be maybe a question and answer section after the game or during the game. We'll stop and say hi to you or whatever. So yeah, make sure you come down. Very excited. Bloke merch dropping 7 p.m. New South Wales time on Monday. Grab a case of Bloke in a bar. We're at all bottle marts, IGAs, and celebrations in New South Wales ACT. And I'll go and fuck myself. Thank you.